What's up, YouTubers? If anybody's awake, just thought I'd stop in and do a live stream. YouTube is so, so strange. It really is. People are strange when you're a stranger. Faces look ugly when you're alone. I'm just saying that I was watching someone's live stream, and first of all, you know, not that they were blaming, me, but yeah, I wasn't upset about the comment that they made. So, you know, so you don't have to leave the live stream and not come back. And second of all, I do go to your live streams, Unfortunately, I very rarely get notifications for anybody's live streams. It's very strange. And like the one I'm watching now, I wish I would have caught that one. I would have talked. I talked in your one that went on for like however many hours it was, like 15 hours or something. I mean, I do leave comments on your page. It's just as of recently I've been able to. So I do. Hi, Ministry. How are you? So, but the odd thing was, then but prior to that, you had mentioned somebody who also leaves less and partakes in your live streams less, even less than how I've been reaching, out to you. And you were like, oh, I unblocked her because, she's all right by me if she wants to come in. But I'm the bad part. Hi. Hi, Mark. I'm okay. I'm just like surprised how it's like such double standards, because I mean, I think I'm nice. I always think like that I'm nice to Debbie and I like Debbie. So, to hear that, it's just an odd thing that if Jersey with Jules doesn't give her support and stuff and doesn't go to her live streams, that's hey, okay, that's fine. She seems all right. But I go to her live streams and give Debbie support and give her likes on the videos and subscribe and stuff. And um, I just heard she never comes to my live stream. She never gives me any support. That's not true. And yet, someone who I'm just so in shock. Like some people, I've seen it like in life, all through life. You'll have two people and they will do the same exact thing, right? Whatever it may be. And, you know, one person would get like be crucified for doing the same thing that another person does, that they get like praised for. So strange to me. Like one person tells the truth and they're and call somebody out and they're um causing drama, playing the victim, doing this, doing that, and then another person calls the same person out for the same thing and they're bold and they tell it like it is. It's so weird to me. But after the other night's live stream, my eyes were really opened up because I was in shock when and I think that Tiffany's very um I got to give it to her for being able to say I don't feel right about this and I have to come out with it. um and then but I myself when I didn't even realize that video was on YouTube. I thought it was like a private thing. So when I was watching it right before I was supposed to go live, I was kind of in shock that all along, I was right and people were calling me. I mean, I was losing friends left and right. People saying I was doing this and doing that. Hi, Dominic. And I don't mean to, like, discount an apology, but, when she made her apology, I'm talking about that other person, not this one. It wasn't to me, really. It was for somebody else who's, and she said, oh, and I don't remember it exactly going down that way because I'm not sure if that was me because I wasn't wrenched, but she was wrenched. But here's the thing. What about, I wasn't in that particular live stream where she was wrenched and said those things, but I saw it. But later when I was in her live stream on her own channel, what about the things she was saying then? And she was highlighted in yellow. So there's no doubt that that was her there. So why can't she just say the truth? Because that's why I think I have such a, hey, Dominic, Mark Kropka ministry. And I'm going to get right over this topic real quick. I'm just saying that she made such an effort to make people dislike me that some people actually don't even want to admit at this point that they may have had the wool covered, the wool pulled over their eyes. So they wouldn't want to admit that their judgment was wrong. So at this point now, I'm still always going to have this, some people who are saying certain things and have a dislike for me because of all those clones that they were creating and going around with saying things in multiple live streams. And it wasn't just one person, it was a conglomerate of people that, as Tiffany said, that they just kind of, it just targeted me. So when in the future, if any of you guys ever have a loved one or a friend or somebody on YouTube and they're telling you that this is happening, that's happening, don't discount that it could be true. Because as anybody who watched the live stream last night or the other night could see, I have always liked your channel, I always tried to be your friend, but felt that you were leery of me. I was only leery of you, ministry, after you, like, you saw how adamantly I, stood up for you the other, before and everything, even though at some point you just kept calling me a liar, a liar, a liar, telling me that I didn't harass her, but you saw videos of it. But I don't mind that we go past that and never talk about it again. I'm just explaining to you that I wasn't leery of you. I thought you were brutally honest and very raw when you left your testimony on my video. And I told you, I even made a video for you, remember? I made a video shouting out so much respect for you and love because of your story and how you taught me about something I didn't know about. And I thought we were friends. I really did. I thought we were friends. So when all of a sudden you were saying that I sound like this and Survivor Girl does that have cancer, that I was pretty shocked. And I mean, I don't hold it against you. In fact, I am happier that we're friends again than not friends. So, yeah, I mean, that's how I am. I try to be diplomatic and I'm grateful for things and people and everything. But I'm just so not grateful to some woman that I only knew a month who, made this smear campaign against me. And at the end of the day, after, me and Tiffany, we became friends and close friends. And yeah, everybody could say, oh, what about what Tiffany did? I also said some mean things, and so we both talked that out and forgave each other. Um, but when she told me it was what I couldn't even wrap my head around, it wasn't even like a personal vendetta. And she admits this and says and felt horrified about it. And it takes a big person to say something that they feel bad about. And that's the thing, that's the difference between, this girl and that girl. That girl over there, she didn't even know me. And she reached out to me, reeled me in as a friend, only to do what she ended up doing. And then they did it as a group effort. And so here I am, one person, and nobody is like, there was few people on my side, like Dominic and, uh, yeah, that's here. But the only people talking is you and but there's like, show it's 15 people, but, that's what I mean. So the ratio to people who were on my side was about 2 to 15. you know, so the other 15 are going around with clones of me saying I'm fingering myself right now, or I want to be in the middle of a circle jerk, and other channels that know damn well I would never say stuff like that. Never would I say shit like that, are blocking the real me. And I'm like, I couldn't even wrap my head around this shit. I don't understand it either, you know? And I know that ministry, you were just a person who was on the outside and you made your decision. What surprised me was the whole inner workings of it, was that person that from New Jersey literally picked me to freaking harass, like on purpose. I was blown away when I watched that video, and that they all like knew each other and were talking, but were enemies on YouTube, but all knew each other behind the scenes. I was so blown away. But you know what? It made me feel a little bit better, because at least I know, whether anybody else says anything at all or agrees, I know I did nothing to those people, and especially that one. I kept saying I did nothing to these people. I was making shout out videos saying, go to their channel, they're super nice people. I mean, so anybody can take that for what they want, but I don't lie. And you know, I wouldn't even lie if somebody lied to me, because I don't like to, I wouldn't want to become what I dislike in people. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, I'm just looking for something. I'm going to mute this for a second. Hello? Hi, I'm back. Sorry. I didn't have like a co-host, so I had to do a bathroom break. And I had no co-host. Are you still there? Can I talk to her? Yes, you can. Are you still there, Ministry? I'm sorry. It took me a while to go to the pen. I'm sorry. Oh. Well, yeah, absolutely. I'd love to have somebody to talk to. Like, yeah. Seems like I've lost a bit of supporters. They like to, you know, you know, they like to kick people when they're down. Well, that's the link to come up if you want, Ministry. If not, that's fine. Dominic, did you leave? Oh, thank you, Dominic. I appreciate that. I really do. Hi, Ministry. Hello? Ministry? Oh, hello? Oh, they just
Yes.
mutate.
Hello?
Hi, I can hear you now.
Okay, I was muted. Hi.
Oh, hiya there. Hi, Willow. Hi, Tiffany. Oh, I'm Bobbles, Tiffany. I
I
get like a
can't see
feedback.
I can't see anybody's comments or anything.
On your phone. Are you on your phone? If you hit comments, but don't hit the back arrow. Hit the X on the right hand corner, or
Oh,
upper right hand
I hit
corner to get
chat.
out of it. But I'm
If I hit
pinning them
chat.
anyway. I pinned them anyway.
Alright, wait a minute. No, I still can't. Oh, wait a minute.
Can you see them when I pin them?
Okay, oh,
That's
what
why I
happened?
pin them so the
Nacho
people on the
concerns.
panel can hear
Something
them.
bad happened. Hi, Tiffany. Alright,
Go ahead. You have the floor, Ministry.
I don't want the floor. Mike, you're the first person I've spoken to after this. I was so embarrassed about everything. All right,
I
I
knew you would.
I just want to admit, all right, I was drinking that night. Of course, how could anybody not know that? But you know what? You were a lot right about it because I could have 2 glasses of wine and I will be so fucked up that, and I go into such a rage and I cannot control it.
Yeah, and you don't know why either.
I I know why, but I can't
No,
control
I
it.
mean,
I
like, you don't
know.
know why you're mad. Like, you wouldn't, there's no
No,
reason you're mad, but you know why you have the rage.
I know the reason, but I have no control over it whatsoever. Do I have to hold my hand over the camera pot? I don't want to be seen.
No,
Right now.
you could just turn your camera off by hitting the middle button, right, on your thing. It says
I
camera,
don't.
just says cam, and it should
The
go
only thing I
pink.
see, the only thing I see right now is the comments is. I see that. Oh, I see all. All right. Oh, what happened? Did something bad happen? I'm gonna be here for an hour. Just want to see how you're doing. Hit
Yeah,
the
she said
camera
hit the
button.
camera button, Miss Ministry, so you don't have to. Yeah, she said push the camera picture,
Okay.
and it will go
That's
black. Yeah, it'll be your
once.
avatar.
I don't. I don't see a camera button.
You want to come up too, Tiffany?
I just want to explain what happened. I mean, it wasn't anything really like freaking life altering for me or anybody else. I,
I was worried for you because I didn't see you a couple of days later, and I was worried that maybe you might
I was
have been,
embarrassed. I was so
yeah,
embarrassed.
I was worried.
I never even listened to the whole thing afterwards. Never ever, and I never do want to listen to it. I was
Yeah.
so embarrassed. Um, I just want to say what it was and what it was. I would never have gone up and called somebody names like that in my life.
Right
I mean,
now.
I don't care. I don't care who you are. I would not do that. I was not in my right mind.
That's
That
what
was
I
not me.
told them.
That was
Yeah,
not
I
me.
said that's not the ministry that I know. I said even though you and I have had our differences, you've never been like
No,
that. I said so.
no.
There's got to be a reason that maybe something happened in her life to upset her. Something. I said, but if I kept telling everybody to read your testimony on my video, and they would see that that
Mhm,
ministry that left that, that was so well spoken, well, you know what I mean? Like
mhm.
honest and right, straightforward. I said, that's not the same, not meaning that it's not you, but that something was going on in your life
Well,
that
I was
you ain't.
so I don't, something just took over me. I was like so blinded on what was going on, and all I saw was your words saying, "Oh, that's not ministry. That's not ministry." And in my mind, I was just like going off, and
Yeah, but
I don't know.
I see what you mean. You thought that I meant that like you were clone. But see, I was trying to say that's
No,
not
no,
me.
no. I know what you were saying.
Oh, you
You
did?
were
Okay.
saying that wasn't me because you were saying that was a Xanax.
I said, well, I didn't, I said
Well, that was
that
the
from what I
withdrawals
had
from
read from your
Xanax.
testimony, I thought maybe at some point, like you might have needed them again, and then you had decided once again that you would go off them because I think that's admirable that that you did that on your own, even though what happened, that cold turkey, thing with the hospital. I still
Yeah.
think that's admirable that you
It was
recognize.
all messed up culture.
Huh? I didn't hear you. What?
I was, I was, it was all cold turkey. I was all messed up about that. It was all cold turkey. I never went back on them. Never. I'm
So
sorry. I'm
did
just
you
seeing
ever
my
go back
phone.
on them, or was that benzo withdrawal, or no?
Yes, that was Xanax
Oh, that so you
withdrawal.
so see, I said so something must have happened in her life
No, I'm
that
talking about. I'm talking about. I was my doctor retired in December of 2019. All right, my prescribing doctor, and he prescribed me Xanax. He prescribed me other things, and when he retired, he gave me a list of other doctors that I could try to contact and make an appointment with and start seeing them in place of him. And I called all of them down the list. There are about 10 doctors' names, and none of them were seeing new patients at that time. So I got really scared because I knew I'd never taken Xanax other than as prescribed, but I knew that if I stopped taking them abruptly, yeah, that I was going to be in trouble. So I was in a panic, and when I went down that list of doctors and I couldn't find one that was going to take me, that was accepting new patients, I was in a panic. So I decided to wean myself off, and I was on 3 milligrams a day of Xanax. So I decided to wean myself off at 1 milligram at a 1 milligram at a time.
And yeah, tell them what happened because I find that
Okay,
fascinating.
I ended up in the emergency room. I was suicidal. I my I was at the pain clinic, and the doctors sent me. They had all right. I was at the pain clinic, and they had me fill out an annual depression screening form. So I'm there and I'm checking off things. Are you depressed? Yes. Yes. Are you suicidal? Yes. And so the doctor comes in the room and I'm sitting there and she closes the door and just has a clipboard and she's like, um, I was reading the things the answers you put down. Is this really how you're feeling? And I just broke down and I was like, yes, that's how I'm feeling. I told her, I said, my doctor retired. He left me high and dry. You know, uh, they wanted to send me to the emergency room because of high blood pressure, which was because of I didn't abruptly stop the Xanax at that point. I just cut down too much at a time. So it shot
Yep.
my blood pressure way up. I got to the hospital. Well, I agreed. She asked me if I, wanted to go to the emergency room because I was suicidal. So, and she left the room. She said, "Do you and your husband want to talk about it?" And I said, "Yeah," because I was bawling. I was like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to talk about it with my husband." So she left the room, and we were talking, and I said, "I might as well do it." I didn't want to do it. Didn't want to do it at all. I said, I have to do it. What else can I do? So we agreed, and she came back in the room, and I told her we agreed.
To go to the hospital?
She comes back in the room, and I told her we agreed. So she said, okay. So I'm sitting there, and she said that she was gonna make a phone call. So I'm sitting there, we're sitting there, and the next thing I know, the door opens up, two police officers come in, two security guards come in. They escort me out through the waiting room, outside of the pain clinic, through the parking lot, into a police car, and drive me up the street to the emergency room. I my God, I was never so embarrassed in my life. Never needed to go through that. I would have just gone myself, you know.
Yeah, they just embarrassed you. Like,
I mean, there was
so
no
how
need
long
for
did you
that.
have to go? Were you in? So were you in like a rehab or a detox?
All right, they put me in a psych hospital. I withdrew from benzos in the psych hospital for 5 days. My blood pressure, oh my God, I thought I was going to have a stroke. My blood pressure went up to um, 212 over 198. I mean, that's one that I just remember. I was
Yeah.
so sick. Oh my God, I was so, so sick. I had to have somebody in the room sitting there 24 hours a day just watching me, and make sure I was. I mean, I was the only reason I was suicidal was because I had cut down the amount of Xanax that I was taking. I had cut it down so much at one time that yes, it caused suicidal feelings and ideology and the way I was. I was it was
Now I didn't even know until you told me that there's a difference between taking, a prescribed drug for your mental stability or like a physical pain until like I couldn't figure out why my downstairs neighbor's daughter was like she was until you explained it to me. And then I had a better understanding of it and more patience for what was going on,
like
you know?
when you know. I mean, nobody knows unless they're going through it. But if you know two people that are going through it, you believe them. But
Yeah,
yeah,
because I was in
but
shock.
yeah, yeah. Doctors haven't been taught this. They haven't been taught. They've been
I think they've been taught. They just don't care.
I thought that too, but then I hear from the professionals on this side who are trying to get all of this out into the open, is that the doctors haven't been taught that. They just breeze through that in medical school. Don't even teach them about taking people off of medications.
And they
All they
should, because they feel like once they put them on it, then they just continue,
Exactly.
continue, you know.
Once they put them on it, it's
Um,
like their job is
Adair
done.
said the whole year 2020. Is that temazepam? She said, is that a benzo?
Yes, yes, that is.
Yeah,
That's
and
it.
they said it becomes a physical dependent. Is it physical ministry or is it mental or both?
Oh my God, it's everything. It is everything. You get sick as a. I was sick as a dog. It's not. It's not like a mental dependence. It's not like you. It's not like have this addiction and you have to go out and find it to get high or anything. I
Yeah, I
swear
feel
to
like it
God,
makes
I
your
never even.
emotions
I
scattered.
swear to God, I never even got high off Xanax. I didn't even know you could get high off Xanax.
Yeah,
When
I think
my
it
doctor
like wouldn't
prescribed
it like
it,
affect your neutron transmitters or whatever in your brain, and so that they're not shooting correctly. So it makes you, like you said, where you were so angry and couldn't control it. You know?
it's the GABA receptors. That it's your whole central nervous system. When I first went off them, I got out of the hospital. I was okay for a couple of days, and then I was so sick. Well, I was so sick in the hospital, and then like one day when I got out, I couldn't eat anything. I didn't sleep at all for the 5 days I was in the hospital. When I got out, the next night I ate pizza. The next 9 months, I was sick as a fucking dog.
Mm. You see what
I
Nacho
was
says?
so
People
sick.
don't talk about benzo withdrawal often. And that is true, because I feel like not enough people knew when I was like adamantly trying to say, yeah, but don't you that's not the ministry I know. So if it's the fact that I said she doesn't even know why she's angry, upset, or sad. I mean, but you're not
You know
yelling at
what?
anybody directly. It's not a
My
personal
my
anger.
my mother, my husband, I have had rage. I mean, I've had outbursts of rage towards them. Like, oh my God, my mother's 81 years old, and I've to this day, every time I talk to her, I apologize to her, and she's like, "Oh, it's okay," but I still feel something is different, with our relationship.
Because of your anger over the
I
benzos, you mean?
told her never call me again. I told her horrible, horrible things. Yes,
That's what I
but
mean too. Like my downstairs neighbor, Rian, who I've known since she was a baby, since she was born, because I've known her mother since we were 15. And, I can see the pain in her mother's face, but like the mother knows what it is, the benzo withdrawals, but to try to explain that to people, like
right.
why her
And people
daughter is
don't believe it.
freaking
People
out.
don't understand it. People don't believe it. They'll say, "Oh, what? You've been off them for how long?" No, that doesn't last for that long. Yeah, you have no idea. Doctors have no idea. There's
Can
a
you read what
community.
Prudently just wrote, Ministry?
No.
Says I was tried on them, and one day my husband and I were driving, and we were going over a bridge, and I knew if I was alone and driving, I would have jumped. I I knew
No.
then. Fuck this sucks. I think she said.
No.
See, and that is like exactly. And until you wrote what you wrote on my video, that testimony of yours, I didn't know. I thought Rihanna was just
I
just
know when you
crazy.
when you put your
Yeah.
neighbor's daughter on there, I was like, oh, thank God, somebody here knows about it. You know
Yeah, and then
exactly. She knew
the next
exactly,
night
and
I
you
like,
knew exactly that I knew, and she knew, and you knew. I know it sounds crazy, but that's how it is.
yeah, and the night or two after, because I still, no matter how many times I was saying, no, no, she's not,
Yes, Jeff's
so then
feeling. I'm
I
sorry.
actually, my neighbors were fighting and they could hear it on the live stream. And I
I
said,
see Jeff.
see,
I see Jeff Spealing put Google the Ashton manual. He's absolutely correct. Heather
where is it?
Ashton. She was a psychiatrist, a psychologist in the UK, and she's the one that she took care of a lot of benzo withdrawal patients, and she's basically the one that well, she actually did write the Ashton manual. You have to look it up and just read it from there. My mind is still messed up. I can't even I can't I have cognitive issues,
Yeah,
difficulties because of
yeah.
this. I have eyesight issues. I have memory issues. Um, I have basically my whole body weakness. I have never I lost I lost a lot of weight, which I lost a lot of muscle. I lost 25 pounds in the first week. I couldn't believe it when I went to the and they weighed me when I went to the doctors the following week. It was like 25 pounds less, and I'm like, no, that's gotta be wrong. And I was laughing about it. And then I found out, yeah, I did lose all that weight, and because I was throwing up and I had diarrhea and it in the hospital, and it was horrible. I was so sick. I I had
See,
never
and
been.
everybody here is so much supportive to you right now. I mean, and that's such good because, like I never knew that about Prudently. And then Nacho says, Prudently at home, oh my God, that is awful. I was on Paxil for a bit. It made me feel that way, worse than I was before I took them.
Yes,
And
antidepressants do
Jeff
that
said they were
too.
made for short term use, not for 10 or 15
Yes,
years, but only
exactly.
6 weeks
They
or
were
so,
never
just like,
even they were never even tested for long-term use. They were only tested for 4 to 6 week use. Never ever tested for long-term use, and they were only, I mean, developed for seizures and what else was it that benzos were seizures and God, I forget what else. But they were never ever tested for long term use. Still to this day, nobody knows what the long term use damages are. But I
yeah,
mean, we're
that's what you
finding
said
out.
in
We're
the
finding
video.
out this hell of a lot, you know?
Prudently said, I gave it 2 weeks and I said, screw this. I was suicidal. And Tiffany said,
Yes.
prudently, same. I called my doctor and said, this shit is making me worse than before. Forget it. He said, give it 30 days. I was like, no way. And
I was
Prudently
on
said, yes,
Xanax for
ministry.
7
SC said,
years.
this is
I
not
was on
her. Something must have happened when you were on Bobbles.
I was on 3 milligrams a day for 7 years. I didn't even know that. When I was at the hospital, they like dug into wherever, the doctor that I was seeing, and they came back and they told me, "Oh, you've been on these for," because they asked me, "Well, how long have you been on them?" I said, "I don't know." I said, "A long time." And they come back and told me, "Oh, you've been on them for 7 years." And I said, "Oh no, oh my God." I was freaking out. It was like
Mm.
really, God.
Jeff is
It,
scared of raccoons also. Jeff is scared of raccoons also. You and your friend's daughter, SG, pretty sad. Did she get back on track? No, Dominic, she didn't. She didn't. It's sad.
oh,
I've been crying a lot
yeah.
because he sent me a shit letter telling me he isn't falling in love with someone and he wants me to forgive him. What an asshole. Her ex sent her that. Can you read that? What I highlighted? Wow, my chat doesn't move as fast as you guys do. I'm like so far behind.
Last
Kicker.
one I see is no
I kind of have a
nachos or
funny
drink.
story about a raccoon if you guys want to hear it. Not to get off topic, ministry, but my me I might have told you guys this before, but Me and my daughter. What happened, Jeff? Tell me about the raccoon attacking you. And while I'm telling you about the raccoon, me and my daughter were camping. Hi, Bobby. Me and my daughter were camping, and we, it was a yurt, so it's kind of like a little, the doors locked and stuff for ministry, so it wasn't like a tent or anything at least, but it had like a little deck on the front, and both her and I heard something walking around out there that was so heavy it sounded like a person. So I said, she was in her bed across the room. I was in mine. I said, "Hey, did you hear that?" She said, "I did hear it, Mom." So we both go to the window of this little yurt, right, and shine the flashlight out, and it's a raccoon, and a big raccoon, standing on like his back legs, and he's got my. We had left the cooler out there because it was a big, huge one, which I guess was the stupidest thing. Never do that. He had my Italian roll up in one hand, and my daughter goes, "Oh, Mom, it's just a raccoon." She goes, "Don't worry. They're more scared of us than we are of them." Do you have another device on? Because I can hear an echo.
No, I'm sorry. My phone tipped over.
Okay. So I said, so she goes, "Mom, they're more scared of us than we are of them." I said, "Well, then you better go out there." I said, "Because he's leaving with your father's cooler." Because we had borrowed it from her dad. And this raccoon had the cooler over his shoulder and was carrying my Italian roll up, like an Italian wrap, cold cut wrap, in one hand, and the cooler over the shoulder in the other arm, and going down the handicap ramp. And my daughter, to this day, she will tell you, she will swear on this. She went out there, and the raccoon was like, she was trying to get its attention, making noise, clapping and stuff. And the raccoon was literally ignoring her, like, doo doo doo, doo doo doo. I don't see you. I don't see you. And fucking, finally, he seemed like he got mad. Bye, Jeff. Seemed like he got mad, the raccoon. So he put down the cooler, opened it up, like knew how to push the two buttons on the side and shit, and took out a canister of the cut up melons that you get from the grocery store, the Italian roll up, and one other thing, and then left the cooler. It was like a Mexican standoff with a raccoon. VOS remedy? I never heard of VOS. Is that what that says, or 805? I can't see.
805 remedy.
Have to try to get some sleep. Hope everyone has a good night. Okay, Dominic. 805 remedy.
So anyway, I just wanted to let. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you know. I think you know, but I just want to let everybody else know I'm not a crazy person.
No.
Yeah, I probably sound crazy. I would have thought I was crazy too if I listened to that and had just heard me for the first time. Oh my God.
I know, and I am glad that you came up here and said that, because really, I like Nacho says, not a lot of people talk about benzo withdrawal, and they don't know.
People don't know because people don't talk about it.
Right.
And then and then you have people that say, "Oh no, it's not benzo. How long does it take to withdraw off of benzos?" And they have no idea. They have no clue. You have no clue. Just, I mean, put it in your YouTube. What do you call it? Yeah. Look it up on YouTube. Yeah. My freaking brain is so messed up.
I know what you mean, the search bar.
Yeah, the search bar. I mean, my memory was fucked up.
I think all of us, right? Yeah, we all have our
I mean, it's not
moments.
that bad that it's not that bad that I'm a mental case or anything. It's just I can't think of things
Yeah, but
like that
the doctors
sometimes.
fucking do that
Yes,
shit.
I'm hoping it's going to come back. I mean, there are other. I belong to Facebook groups where there are thousands more of us, and
Supporters,
they say after years it comes back. It's just it takes years for your brain to to
to
heal,
produce
and
those.
because it's
Yeah,
actual brain damage. It is actual brain damage.
you're right. You're right. It is. I find that there's not
I
a lot of
but
support groups because of the COVID. There's not a lot of support groups for things and people anymore.
Well, there are online support groups, but probably not anything in person. But um, what was I going to say?
Willow is having a problem with her ex right now. See, everybody, and that's the thing that I found is that we all are not perfect, and we all are broken in our own special way.
I
Like it's
mean,
something that we
I
need to
was
learn.
fine before. I was fine. I just had a little bit of anxiety, and my doctor put me on Xanax. I was fine before this. If I could go back and change it and never take it again, oh my god, I so would. One
See how
thing that
Prudently's saying too, Willow. I had a 4-year-old daughter and a new baby, and her, children's father had gotten into coke bad. If she could go back and tell 23-year-old herself, she would say to her, "You'll be okay," and let him go and go back to school and just spend time raising the girl. Yeah, and that no, you know what, Willow? Paranormal witch is Willow, by the way. Ministry. Um, Yes, currently at home is so right. Willow, I have survived the same type. He literally tried to kill me. He is still in prison. It's best to mourn the person you thought he was and limit contact to only what is. That's true. Best to mourn. That's a good thing to say, too, right? Don't you agree, Ministry? About like, you must have had bad relationships in the past. I know you have a good husband now, but in the past,
yeah, when I was younger, yeah. I mean, I was,
yeah.
of course, I mean, I was a girl when I was younger, yeah.
And you like, you thought it was gonna just be devastating. Even if, like, I don't know if you have any children. Do you have any children?
No, I don't.
So like,
Nothing
was
was
she?
ever as
Go
devastating
ahead.
in my whole life that I never thought anything would ever be, you know, it, but going through this, it, I mean, I swear to God, what I was going through, I mean, you have depersonalization, derealization. You feel like you've just woken up in another whole fucking world. Another whole, I no, I knew I didn't, but I thought I was. I mean, I knew I wasn't, but I thought I was in a whole other dimension because of the way everything was so messed up. I mean, it's hard to
Now, did you like?
try
Do
to
you mean
comprehend
like?
if you don't know, if you haven't been through it.
Do
I
you
don't even
mean
like
when
to
you say
talk
like
about it like that
when you
because
take
people who haven't
like a
been through
sleeping
it
pill,
don't.
huh?
Huh?
When you
I didn't
take
hear
like
you.
say you take Tylenol PM, right, and you feel groggy. Do you mean
Mm-hmm.
like that way, like your mind felt you were in another dimension, or do you mean trying to explain to
Oh
people what you
no,
were going through?
no. I mean that when I mean that I was so sick. I and also for the first time in my life I was having panic attacks, and they were back to back panic attacks 24/7, and I mean 24/7 because I never got any sleep. I was awake, I swear to God, for at least the whole first month. I got no sleep. I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep, I couldn't eat at all. I lost 63 pounds in the first
That's the
few
one good thing
months.
about depression, right? So just kidding.
No,
One good thing.
it wasn't depressing. There was nothing good about it. I was so sick. I was drinking Ensure just to get something into me because I thought I
Right.
was, I lost so much muscle. I mean, I to this day, I'm so weak. I have no muscle, like basically. You know, I have no strength. I was always such a physically strong as hell woman, physically strong,
Now your husband
and
though, he's a good guy, right? So he understands what you're
my
going through and
husband's the best. He knows everything that's going on.
that is so sweet to hear because on the flip side of hearing Willow, she's
My
having
husband
she's,
by my husband stood by me through all of this. He took care of me through all of this. If he wasn't here, I swear to God, I would have died. I would have either died just by wasting away, or I would have killed myself. I
how did
swear
you
to
guys
God, if he
meet?
wasn't around, oh, we met through friends years ago.
I
But I'm
mean,
telling
I
you,
feel
it,
like that's kind of, that story is inspiring of having somebody who's a great friend and Prudently's husband too. And even like Tiffany's boyfriend that she goes out with, how understanding he is to what she goes through on YouTube. But I mean, it's like, it's so 50-50 with relationships. Like, I guess you could get a good one
oh,
and you may get a bad one. You just don't know because people don't come with warning labels.
in my teens and up to like maybe 19 or 20, I was in like iffy, it's probably abusive relationships. And I was into coke then and stuff, and in my teens, and up to my, well, I think the first time I tried coke was when I was like 20. So I was smoking weed and drinking, and then tried coke. And the first time I ever did coke, all right, I don't want to get into all that, but
No,
yeah, I
I
was
think
in some
probably back in the, what was it, the
relationship.
90s,
But
early
then,
90s.
but then after the first couple of like iffy relationships, I always, for I don't know what reason, for I guess God blessed me, I was always in relationships with good guys, good people.
Really? That's nice to
Hmm.
hear. Yeah, that's nice
Guys
to
that my
hear.
mother loved. My mother was always like, "Oh, this, you know,
Is
you
that your
you."
husband?
No, that's me.
Oh, I thought you said Bryson, your mother loved. Maybe I misunderstood.
No, oh, yeah, she loves him. Yeah, I mean, I've only had a few like there were only a few relationships, and they were all like long term, like 7 years, or like nothing
And that's
like the one
good.
night. No, my marriage now is like what, 17, 18 years. But I've been in like three relationships that were like about 4 years, one's 2 7 years, and then my husband.
And how long have you guys been married?
We've been married since 2004. So that's,
15 years, 17 years. Wow, that's
yeah,
great.
but yeah, and we lived
Great.
together a year, and we knew each other a year before that. You know,
One of the things that I
like
think
I
about,
came to Michigan to meet him.
was your wedding, thank you,
No,
uh,
no, we got
Widows.
married. We got married how I wanted to. We got married in the courthouse. That's how I wanted to get married. I never wanted. I'm a shy person. I never wanted to have a big wedding or anything like that.
But did you get to like pick out your song and all that stuff?
Well, no, they don't play songs in the courthouse.
Oh, in the courthouse, you said. Oh, I thought you said at our house. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh, so you
no,
never
we
had
got
like
married.
that kind of thing. So what about when you went? Did you have like a party for you guys or anything?
Well, afterwards we got together with some friends. We went out and partied, and that was it. It was, I didn't want to. I was older. It wasn't like I was 20 years old getting married. You know, so what I never
Oh,
wanted a
you got
big one. I
married at
never even
20?
wanted to get married. Huh?
You got married at 20?
No, I said it wasn't like I was 20 years old
Oh, okay.
getting married.
Oh, okay. I think
I
any
was
age you get
older.
married at, it should be like what you dreamed. Even I don't mean like expensive, because mine's always been
Yeah, but I never dreamed of like a fairy tale wedding. I never
mine
wanted.
is
I
on the
never
beach.
wanted. Oh, that's. That would be nice.
Yep, I could see you liking
Uh,
that too, being from Rhode Island. You know, like right
yeah,
at
yeah,
sunset.
yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
and
That would be
barefoot with
nice.
just casual clothing, not but
Oh yeah,
casual bare.
and
Yeah,
and the foot jewelry that goes through the toe
that would be
and around your
nice.
ankle.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Yeah, and like like little lights like leading down the beach, kind of to where we're gonna stand, and just I wanted maybe when
Yeah.
there was like a cocktail hour before the actual wedding, Dave Matthews playing, and because I find Dave Matthews like his slower stuff kind of soothing and everything, and then I kind of like that. You can't tell I've been planning my wedding, right? Even though I'm not dating anybody. Uh, that song.
Have
Now
you been married?
I've always liked. I've always liked Yo. Girl, you're amazing, just the way you are. But also that other one, 1,000 years. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know. Sing it.
Um. Oh my God. I can't. You guys know it's 1,000 years is what the song is called. But
Oh,
there's also
yeah.
another one by Fleetwood Mac, and it's Christy McVie who sings it, and it's and the songbird was singing like she knows the score, and I love you, I love you, I love you. That's not it's
Hey,
a
how come
songbird.
Natural Concern? How come Natural
Not
Concern has a guy on the picture?
uh um oh, which song? 1,000 years or it's called 1,000 steps. It's not 1,000 years. And I thought, no, it's I have waited 1,000 years, right? That's what I think it's. I'm gonna look it up on YouTube right now. Hold on, I'm looking it up. Oh, I don't know. You have to ask Nacho Concern why there's a guy on her thing.
I don't know. So many soccer accounts. I'm just trying to make sure. They're
It's
saying that you
Christina
are Natural
Perry.
Concern. Just noticed it's a guy.
Yeah, but she's modded. That's how I know that it's her because she's
Oh,
modded
that's
here.
her
That's
baby.
my
Okay.
baby.
All
I knew
right.
you were gonna
All
fucking
right.
say that, Nacho, and I'm like, I don't even know what to say to that. So I'm gonna let
Hey,
Nacho.
I can't see who's modded or anything. I can't see any of that.
Yeah, yeah. It's her man. Prudently said, "It's me,
Okay.
ministry." That's how Tiffany looks. She had a sex change. That's why she hasn't been on
Yeah, that's why she hasn't been
YouTube lately.
around.
Yeah, why she hasn't been around lately. She got inverted.
Nice to see you back, Nacho.
Yeah, right? You're looking pretty macho. I'm pretty sure SG is from one of the songs from the movie. What movie? It's called 1,000 years.
Tim.
I'm gonna drop
Okay,
the link.
Tim.
Just call me Tim. I thought his name was Yaxley.
Nope, call him Tim.
Oh, well, I
I
will
mean
now.
her.
Here, I'm gonna put the link to the song here, so you guys can hear my wedding song, the one that I'll never get married to.
Have you ever been
uh,
married, Stacy?
I've never been married. No, nobody's ever wanted me.
Oh. Well, don't say never ever because still always time.
The song is from the Vampire in the Wall.
I always said I would never get married. I got married when I was 40 years old. Oh God, no, I'm giving my age away.
Well, you're the same age as me, aren't you?
Probably,
You're
yeah.
close to 1,000 years. Did she?
I'm a
I
thousand years
forget.
old.
No, I'm 1,000 years old. No, she said because I posted the song, the link. Okay, post it then. I already did, right? These guys are funny. I like it in the chat room. I like the people here in ministry, and you know that you're welcome here anytime at all. I've always liked you, and I really
Thank,
I like your
thank you.
honesty, and you know that
I'm I'm always gonna be honest. I mean, if I do something wrong, I'm gonna fess up to it. I'm an honest person, and that's me.
Yeah.
I'm not a good in two shoes. I'm just saying who I am. Who I am is who I am. I'm a true honest person. I just am. You know.
And now I'm going back to songs. Okay. I also like that song. And I would walk 500 miles, and I would walk 500 more just to be the man who, whatever, walked 1,000 miles. Da 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 da. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
What songs do
Yeah.
you like, Ministry?
What songs do I like? I like classic rock. Classic rock for me is like, God, what is it? 70s. Um,
The
what do I have to
70s,
pick a specific song? Yeah. Do I have to
but
pick
not
a
the 80s.
specific song?
Aren't you the same age as me?
I don't know. How old are you? Nope.
Older, younger?
I'm there.
You don't have to tell me your age. I'm just saying older, younger. Uh,
No, it's not telling you. I don't want to tell all of YouTube, and
no,
the
no,
people
no.
will go,
Okay, all right,
"Oh my
then you don't
God,
have
you
to.
know how
But
old
I
she
just thought we
is?"
came from the same era, like, cause the '80s music I really like Poison and Rap. The other day I posted that "Give Me Something to Believe In." You know that song by Poison Ministry. Oh my God, where'd she go? Look at that. I'm sitting there talking away, and she left me because she got sick of my singing. I'm just kidding. Give me something to believe in. I love that song. And then I forget and send it to Tiffany, and I'm all like, "You hear the end? It says you take the. Oh no, it's like, I'll take the high road." I said, "That's me and you." Right? Marriage is too long. It should be on a short-term lease agreement. Don't you date where you live? I haven't dated in a while, actually. Did you kick yourself out?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I was
Sorry.
asking you if you remember that Poison song, "Something to Believe In."
Something to believe in.
Can you hear me? You know
Yeah, I
that
can
they
hear you.
filmed the
I'm
video
trying to.
for "I Won't Forget You, Babe. I Won't Forget You, even though I could." I
No.
liked Poison. I don't care. Have I
Poison?
thought about Poison?
You
Yeah, the
like
group.
Brett Michaels?
Yeah, he's a good singer. I like all of them.
I loved his show. Did you like his show?
I never watched it.
You didn't? I loved it.
Mm-mm. Have I ever thought about counseling paranormal? Really,
What's that?
teacher? Have I thought about
Why?
what? Oh, okay, I know.
Asking you or me?
Yeah, but I don't know. Is she asking me?
Probably
Because I don't
asking
see her
me.
talking about anything else but counseling. Because she said prudently, no, he refused counseling. And then she said,
You
have you
can
ever thought
see
about
my
it?
future.
Oh, wait a minute. I thought it was paranormal who said that.
Alright, I'm blocked off now. You can't see me now. You could see my ceiling, couldn't you?
Oh, have I thought about dating? Ah.
He's not even listening to me.
Have I thought about dating? I am because I wanted to know what she was talking about. Have I ever thought about it? But counseling? No, she said dating. Have I thought about dating? Of course, I think about dating, but right now, I mean, I don't even put makeup on anymore and shit. You know?
I don't either. I haven't in like at least 3 years, but I that
You're
this whole
married.
thing started like about 3 years ago. But I haven't put makeup on in like about since then. I've just been
I,
so sick and not even wanting to.
I know. I feel like it's like too hard of an effort, you know?
Yeah, and it's like, why even? You know,
I mean,
that's
I'd
how I
like to,
feel.
but
And
I think I would have to like it would have to be like I'd have to feel electricity from across the room. Like no matter where we were, like our eyes meet, and it's like, oh my god, I just have to know you, kind of thing. Other than that, I'm just kind of like, que sera, sera.
yeah, like a couple of months ago, I was starting to feel a little better, 'cause you go through windows and waves, and they call them that also when you're going through. It's not that you're going through a benzo withdrawal and then you're over it. No, it is benzodiazepine withdrawal syndrome, and it
Mhm.
is a syndrome. And even beyond that is benzodiazepine protracted syndrome, which means it's like over 2 years, and which mine is now. It's like 27 months now since I went cold turkey off of Xanax.
Oh, that's good.
And yeah, it's been hard. Oh my god, it's been so hard.
So
I
the
mean,
other night,
it's
so
not
you
hard.
weren't like with. Go ahead.
It's not hard that because I want to go back on them, or I would ever want to take another one again. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about how sick you are. That's how hard it is. I would
Right.
never ever touch one. These were doctor prescribed. I never took any more than that were prescribed. And I was on them for 7 years and I took them as prescribed. I never ever got high off of one of them. I never even knew
No, I
I
know.
was
Yeah,
never
that
I
you're.
wasn't addicted. I was dependent. I never even knew that I was
Good night,
dependent on them
Adair.
until I stopped taking them.
Adair.
And
Good
it's
night.
just people don't even know.
No, they don't know because, they feel like they're going to feel better after taking that, by taking them, but they don't realize that then they have to take them forever or they're going to, you know.
Yes. You either have to take them forever. If you're going to I need a spa day. Yes, I do. I haven't been out of the house in over 3 years. I have agoraphobia now. I've been in the house
Do
for so
you?
long. Yeah.
I bet you we're all sort of developing agoraphobia with this pandemic and quarantine shit and everything.
No, I was before this. February 15th, 2019 was when I went into the ER for this. So that was, thank God. I think of people that are going through that are, you know, that belong to the Facebook groups that I do now.
Hmm.
I think of them, going through the pandemic. I was so afraid when the pandemic first came out. I mean, I was petrified. I thought the whole world was going to end. I mean, we were all
I
going to
know that's how
die.
they made us feel for
I
2002.
had
Good night,
I
prudently.
had I had fear so bad before that, even. I mean, and then for that to happen, I couldn't imagine that happening, when I first started the withdrawal. I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine what these people are going through now,
Now,
and
oh
they
my
are going
God, I
through it.
can't
There
even
are a lot of
imagine.
people going through it.
Do you get back to Rhode
Oh, good
Island
night,
much?
Golden. I haven't been to Rhode Island in probably 7, 8 years now. I miss it. I
Really?
miss my family, my friends. Yeah.
What part did you live in? You said Providence?
Huh?
Providence. That's
Oh,
where.
I, well, yeah, I was born and raised in Providence, but I lived like all over North Providence, Pawtucket, um,
Rhode
Cranston.
Island's a good place. I like Rhode Island. Providence
Rhode
is a
Island's
great
so
city.
beautiful. Rhode Island is the best.
Oh
That's
my
my
God, that was
hometown.
my favorite building, at the Big E. Have you ever been to the Big E?
The Big E.
Remember the
I
Eastern
don't know
States
what.
Exposition? When you were
No.
growing up, like in Rhode Island, did you ever like come to Massachusetts for the Eastern States Exposition? Because they have Rhode Island Day, and they have a Rhode Island
No, no,
building.
no.
No?
I didn't. No,
Oh,
no.
that's my favorite building is the Rhode Island building because they have all that seafood and stuff. Oh my God. But the main building has
Seafood is the
smoked
best.
salmon on a stick.
That's what I miss. I miss the most is the seafood. No, no. My favorite thing is clam bellies, clam bellies,
Oh,
and clam cakes. Oh God,
fried, like the fried clams with the whole bellies.
fried. Yeah, fried clam
I like
bellies.
them
Yeah,
too.
whole
Yeah.
bellies. Oh God,
I used to
those
go to the Andrea. Remember the Andrea? Is the Andrea on Misquamicut? You've been to
you talk about
Misquamicut.
way out there in like Westerly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there, but yeah, I didn't hang there. I don't know really places there. But yeah,
Oh,
I know where you're talking about.
they used to have this clear broth clam chowder that was
Yeah,
so
that's
good.
Rhode Island chowder.
Yeah,
That's
yep,
Rhode
Rhode
Island
Island.
chowder.
Yep.
Crab broth.
Oh, big clams in
I don't
it,
like that.
potatoes. It was good.
I
Hmm.
don't like the crab broth. And
I
I'm
do
from there.
steamers. I like steamers. I like
Oh, I love
all
steaming.
seafood.
I
All
love steaming.
Even oysters. I like fried oyster. Whole oysters fried.
Yes, we,
Hmm.
my husband and I, one place we bought some cherry stone clams. Well, what were
Yep.
they? No, they were little neck clams, and we
Yeah.
made some fried clams out of them. But I didn't quite like them, and then we bought some raw oysters, and we battered them up and fried them. And the fried oysters, the closest thing I can get to fried clam bellies.
So
They are
good. I know.
delicious.
They are delicious.
Mm.
I know. They don't really sell like raw clams for you to make fried clam bellies. No, they don't.
No, they don't. They don't. And in
Mm.
Michigan, you can't find anything like you can find in Rhode Island or Massachusetts or on the East Coast.
Oh, Adair
It's
said
tough to
that.
find stuff here.
Oh, that song "A Thousand Years" is from Twilight and Breaking Dawn. I read all those books. Did you? Ministry? Did you see the movies? Twilight?
The vampire movie?
Yeah,
Oh, wait a minute.
yeah, I saw them too. They were all right. The books were better, I think. Um, and Adair said, "Oh, Bobby, I'm just flapping my jaws, but I have been married 2 times. Both were pretty bad. Good night, Ablavi and SG again. And this is Ministry, by the way, if you guys don't know who's on the screen right now. Ministry of Truth.
You guys, no, they probably heard of me.
Yeah, but I think it's, very brave of you to come up because I kept saying that night, just go to my video and read her testimony, and you will see that this woman who so, so eloquently and honestly tells her testimony that woman that they saw that night was not the same person and something must have been going
I'll
on.
tell you, I could not control myself. I couldn't control the rage. I still get into things with my husband even, and I cannot control the rage. I don't know
Now, what does
where it
he say
comes
about
from.
it?
Oh, he's not happy about it. Not happy
Do
about
you,
it.
do
I
you
mean,
take it
but
out on him
he's
sometimes?
very understanding, huh?
Is he? Sometimes you might take it out on him.
I do.
That must
I
be
mean,
tough
and
on him.
he's
Yeah.
it's yes, it is. It's tough on him.
Now,
It's tough on me.
has he ever gone through benzos or anything, or he's just very understanding
No,
and like
no, he
learned
doesn't
about it?
even drink. Nope, he nothing. Doesn't drink. Doesn't smoke weed. Nothing. 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 Never in
Wow.
his life.
Wow. So he's totally straight.
Yeah,
Now, when you first met him, did you drink and party?
yeah, I drank.
So did you find
Well,
it
yeah,
boring
he
to be
drank.
with somebody who was
Both he
totally
drank.
straight?
Well, no, he wasn't totally straight. He drank too. I mean,
Okay. So he
he
had a beer.
was like he yeah, he'd have a beer, or he'd like to make stuff. He made mead. He would make. What, did you ever make wine? No, he made mead. He
What's
made
me?
beer. Yeah, mead is it's like a honey wine.
Really? That
Yeah,
sounds interesting. Was it good?
yeah. It's a wine made with honey instead of sugar.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah, it
So he
is
makes his
good.
own
Yeah,
wine and stuff. So he's creative.
he's crafty. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
creative. Yeah,
that's cool. It's good that you guys
yeah.
get along. And it's inspiring.
Oh
It
yeah,
means that there's no no, like you said, ministry. Never say never.
that's right.
Yep. So I
Yeah.
still like when people ask me about dating and do I think about it and stuff. I don't like look for to date somebody, but say like I just struck up a conversation with someone, and we hit it off, then I would know that I'd want to date them. But
Well,
if
if you look for it, it's probably never gonna happen, or you're never gonna. Not that it's never gonna happen, but you may not meet the right person.
right,
But
because you're
see,
just ready to look.
I was, yeah. I mean, I wasn't looking for my husband. He wasn't. We just happened. We just talked. We met. We talked. We talked and talked and talked. I mean, we just hit it off, and I mean, it was just meant to be.
That is
We
awesome.
both know that it was just meant to be.
Now, did
Yeah.
your friends, when they introduced you, did they introduce you thinking you guys would hit it off, or you just happened to be somewhere at a friend's and he was there?
Um.
Like were
Well,
they setting you guys up, or they not setting you up in a bad way? I mean, setting you up.
we weren't introduced. We weren't introduced to become a couple. We just happened to meet each other through friends,
Yeah,
and we started talking, and we talked and talked and talked. I mean, we became fast friends. I felt so comfortable telling him my whole life, you know. And
now, do you
I was
believe in
never an
like
open.
horror, like astrology? Do you believe like certain signs get along better with certain signs?
No, I never. No,
What
I'm
sign
just
are
not
you?
into that. Sagittarius.
And what sign is he?
Pisces.
Pisces. Yeah,
Pisces.
that's what I thought. Yeah.
See, I had to
'Cause
ask him. I don't even know. I'm not even into the astrology.
yeah. I
Well,
mean,
what sign
'cause
are you? What
I'm a
sign are
Pisces
you?
too.
Oh,
Huh?
okay.
No, I'm a
I
Pisces
said, oh,
too,
okay.
and I find that my ex, my daughter's father, his birthday is one day before mine, and we're nothing alike. You
Which
know,
is your birthday?
Pi-
When?
February 25th, and his is like the 26th or the 24th. I don't know,
Oh,
one or the
my
other, one
husband's,
day apart. And my daughter's a
my
Pisces
husband.
too, and she's totally different from us. So not every Pisces is the same. Not every Sagittarius is the
Yeah,
same. You know,
I just had never gotten into that. My
some
husband's
people
birthday
pick
is
them.
very much second, much second.
Oh, my daughter's is the
I just
third.
got a month. Yeah, I'm just thinking of the month because it's January. It's 3/2, and
Yeah,
I
my
have to
daughter's is
think:
the
is it
third.
3? Is it 3/2?
Close to your husband. Yeah. Then is he originally from Rhode Island, or oh
We
my god, you could see my cat Tucker
we
right now.
we
So cute.
we own and live in the house that he was born in.
Uh-oh. I
So
hear
he's right here in Michigan. He was born and raised right here in this house.
you hear my dog going off? Oh my god, hold on a minute.
Why was that?
I don't know. I just heard like this door bang, and um,
Well, go
my dog.
check. Go check. Make sure.
Well, it's downstairs, but my dog even like barks if somebody goes outside down the bottom door, which is good because he's
So
protecting
what do you
me.
think he's?
But
What do you think he's barking at? Anything that you need to check?
it's probably just somebody going outside, leaving, or going outside to smoke a cigarette. Who knows?
My dog scares the shit out of me. I mean, I lay in the bed when my husband's gone, and she'll be at the end of the bed, and she'll look out the door, and she'll put her head up, and her head's turning like she's listening to somebody and hearing something. I'm like, Rosa, stop it. Lay down, go lay
Especially,
down. And she'll put her head up. And I'm like, what do you hear? She scares the shit out of me. Because I'll tell you another thing. When I don't know if you know this from your neighbor's, what's her name? Your
yeah,
neighbor's daughter.
Rhiannon,
I
yeah.
think about her a lot. I don't believe it or not. I since we talked and all I've thought about her since, and
I do believe
I
in
worry about her because I know the fucking hell that it is and everything. But anyway,
I think about it too. I feel
the
bad.
fear is horrific. The fear is something horrific. That's why you feel like you're in hell. You feel like you went from earth to hell because the fear is so bad. Let me tell you how bad it is. All right.
Yeah,
First of
yeah.
all, you you're scared shit. You don't know what's going on. Your mind, your body, everything is out of whack. All right. And then I had a I finally got like a couple of minutes sleep, and I fell asleep, and I had a nightmare, and my dead sister was in my nightmare, and we were standing there talking to each other, and a guy came up behind me and whacked me in the back of the head with a baseball bat, and I fell on the ground and I was bleeding, and I put my hand on the back of my head, and my sister said to me, "Oh my God, Kat, he hit you in the head with a baseball bat," and I'm holding my head together, and I said, "Oh, I know," and I woke up, and when I was awake, I just had this overwhelming like it was real.
Like it
That
felt real. Yeah.
somebody was gonna break into my house and hit me in the back of the head with a baseball bat. And no, it wasn't a premonition. It was just a belief. It was just like this crazy
It just
fear.
felt real. Yeah.
It was the fear. Your mind. It's like God. It's it's
I had a
hard to
nightmare one
explain.
time, ministry, right? This was back when
It's
I was
not even about
22.
that though.
Huh?
Yeah,
It was when I was
I'm
22.
sorry.
And like I lived by myself and I was asleep and I had a dream that I woke up and that somebody had my blanket over my face and I could feel their hand pushing down, through the blanket to keep it over my face. And that they had gone in through, because I lived on the second floor, that they had gone in through a ladder up to my house. Okay. So then when I woke up, I wasn't sure because the dream was me waking up, right? So it felt like so real. And, so it took a bit to shake myself out of it and convince myself, no, this is a dream. Wake up from this. So the next night I come home from work, and wouldn't you know, there's a freaking ladder up towards, like leaning against onto the roof that would come to the window of, my bedroom. And so I called my neighbors and I said, hey, I go, there's a ladder outside. And she said, yeah, that's because my husband was working on the antenna today, but he didn't finish, so he just left it there. I said, well, can he remove it? Because it was just so weird that I had a dream the night before that somebody had put a ladder against it. That's how they got in, you know?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
weird.
It's scary when you're
Yeah,
living alone, especially if your animals are staring at something and barking at something that you can't see.
yeah, yeah, with Rosa, but when I had the dream about my sister, and then it became like real. It was real. The fear is so bad when you're going through. Um, yeah, people are go like, "Oh my god, what the hell is she talking about?" I mean, you could even look it up. You can look it up
No, no,
on
I think that people here
Google.
knew what you were talking about. You know, they related to that.
Fear is something else. Oh my god, it is something. This going through this is something I would never, ever, ever even wish on my worst enemy. It is
That's
like
what Rhiannon
dropping
said.
into it's like dropping into hell, and you're like, oh my god, what is going on? Because you feel like you are in hell. You're like, how did I get here?
Yeah, it's because
Wow.
the mind thing about it too. So let
Yes,
me just ask you, so
it
to
is.
get off that, but not to get off it, but just asking. So when Rosa, you know, like she's freaking out, like she sees something, have you ever thought that maybe you saw a ghost? Did you have any like anything spooky that happened?
No, no,
No,
she
not
just
in your whole
scared me.
life.
What, with Rosa?
No, in your whole
Have I
life,
ever thought I saw a ghost in my
or
whole
had like a
life?
creepy experience? Yeah.
Have I ever thought I saw a ghost? I have felt like on my bed. I had cats and everything, and even my cat. When I owned a cat, when my cat wasn't around or in my room, when I shut my door to my bedroom, I
Yeah.
felt a cat getting on my bed and jumping across it, and I was just laying there, and I'm like, oh, it's my cat. I wasn't scared or anything. I was just like, oh, it's my cat. And then I realized it's not a cat at all. What the hell was that?
Oh, feeling something
But
like sit down.
you know what? That is a phenomenon, though. I looked up afterwards after that. That is a phenomena of a ghost cat. Look it up.
I actually one time was laying on my couch and my daughter, you know, she said she was going into her room, right, to read. And then so I, you know, like rolled over and was just about to fall asleep and felt somebody sit down on the end of the couch, the opposite end of the couch. And so I said, "Oh, did you change your mind?" And then I looked and she wasn't there and the cat wasn't there either. It was like clearly felt like somebody sat down at the end of the couch.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
freaky.
Now, you know, like I read a lot like about Michigan, and they have a lot of cryptids that they talk about there, like the dog man and stuff. Have you ever heard of that?
A dog man? What? Have you heard of
Yeah,
the
it's kind
dog
of like
man?
a would be kind of like a Sasquatch, but not quite.
No, no. I asked my husband too because he's lived here his whole life. I asked him, "Have you heard of the dog man?" He said, "No."
Oh, you did? You asked him because there was a song like that
Yeah, he's laying
about,
beside me.
huh?
Yeah, he's laying right beside me.
Yeah, and I like you know heard that just today, as a matter of fact, when I was you know going
The song?
watching.
What's the song?
It's called hold on, I'll look it up. It's the Dog
The
Man
dog man song?
something. I'll find
Oh,
it.
we're about Michigan. We live in southeast Michigan.
You live in what?
Southeast Michigan, near Detroit, south of Detroit.
It's called The Legend of the Dog Man song. And it's supposed to be like something to do with Michigan and the Legend of the Dog Man. There were cuts. The Michigan Dog Man.
No, I had
Yeah,
never heard of it. No, no.
yeah. There's a lot of stories about it. You should look it up. The Michigan Dog Man. That would scare the shit out of me, though. You know what? I would probably, even if something was friendly, like Sasquatch. Can you hear me? Can you hear me
Yeah.
now? Yeah.
Good night,
Night,
Blavi.
Ablavi. Oh, thank you, Willow. She said I should have karaoke night on my channel. I do like karaoke, but then everybody would have to come up on the panel and sing. Couldn't just be me singing. Right? I used to like that song, I got a brand new pair of roller skates. You got a brand new
Yeah.
key. Remember that one?
Yeah.
I like that. And earlier I was thinking about the Donnie and Marie show.
Yeah. Remember that gay show?
I liked it. They were like, I'm a little bit
Yeah.
country. I'm a little bit rock and roll. I'm a little bit into Nashville. Got a little bit of Motown in my soul. I know all the words because I was like that square. I was that nerdy. I'm walking around with purple socks. Uh, yeah, but everybody would have to come up and sing their song that they want to sing. Well, I used to like doing karaoke. I feel like I don't sing as well as I used to. Believe it or not, I
I
took
am not
8 years of singing lessons.
really. I'm not a singer. I have a sister, an older sister. She's 3 years older, and she's karaoke singer. She works. She has band. I mean, she has a band. Well, yeah, she's been in bands her whole
That's
life
awesome.
basically, and she has her own karaoke shows and stuff.
How old were
And
you
she's
when
a
your
good
sister
singer.
died, if you don't mind me asking you, your other sister?
Oh, my sister died in 2009,
My sister
and
died in
then I have a
84.
brother. mm, And then I had a younger brother who died in 2016 on 4th of July. Yeah, he was
Is your
born on
mom still
Christmas.
alive?
He was 20. Yes, she is. She's 81.
That's tough. When a parent lives out past the
With
child.
2 children. Yeah,
Yeah, that's really tough. 'Cause my mother was
yeah,
never the same again after my sister passed away.
yeah. My mother isn't the same.
Yeah, she was never the same
My
again.
mother
It
has
broke up my
six
family,
kids.
really.
Yeah, yeah. It kind of. I mean, it's devastating. My mother had 6 kids, and she has 4 now.
My mother had, and you know what? And that's why I don't take pills, is because my sister, the doctors were prescribing stuff and she was taking them as prescribed, but they weren't looking to see if that's um, going to mix well. And so she had a heart failure when she was 29. And then,
Mm,
they told us, of course, we were mad and everything. And they told us, oh, well, our computers aren't, they don't have the ability to know what other, they're not linked together and this and that. But now I just wonder what's their excuse now, because it didn't get any better, even though the computers definitely have the technology to know.
yeah, right, right.
Yeah, yeah. And we don't want to run her through the mud, like try to sue her or anything for them prescribing her shit to make her. It doesn't bring the person back, you know.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't. My brother and my sister, they both died of hepatitis C. And then they come out with this cure. Well, my brother had hepatitis C when they came out with the cure, but then they said, "Oh, if you've had any treatments prior to this, then you can't take the cure." And
Why?
my sister died at 48. I guess it wouldn't work. That's what they told him. My sister died at 48 years old in 2009, alcoholism and hepatitis C. And my brother died in 2016, age 48, also
Same
of
age. Wow.
alcoholism, same age of
Did
hepatitis
either
C and
one have kids?
alcoholism. Yeah, my sister had a daughter.
Was she older then?
She was 15.
Oh, that must have been tough.
Yeah.
Were they close?
Actually, because my sister was an alcoholic, her father had brought her up. I
Right.
mean, my sister
Yeah.
was still in her life and everything. I mean, she was right there with her, and
Yeah.
babysit
Now, did your
her
father,
and
was he
sat
around? Like
her.
your mother raised six kids. Was your dad? I hope you're not think if I'm asking anything too personal or whatever. You know, I mean, yeah, I'm just talking to so we can just have a conversation. You know what I mean? You can ask me anything
Yeah.
too. You know. Was your dad? Was he around, or did he leave your mom with
No,
six kids to raise?
my dad was around until I was 9 years old, and then he was out of my
And
life. Then they were divorced,
now,
and my mother
so
was a
how
single
old were you?
mother.
The youngest?
No, my mother was a single mother that brought up six kids on her own, worked full time, worked her ass off. No, I have two older sisters and three younger brothers.
Oh wow, you guys are like the Brady Bunch, huh?
Hmm.
Three girls,
Yep,
three
three
boys.
girls, three boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's very admirable of your mom. I mean, did he end up having to pay? Now, this might be interesting to Willow because she's going through right now a divorce with her.
So my
You know,
father, he was when he was out of our lives. He was out of our lives.
he just stayed out totally.
Well,
I don't know how fathers can do that.
my
You
mother
know,
moved around to avoid him. So my mother was avoiding him, until she lost him and he lost track of us.
was he abusive?
She didn't want him around. To her, yes, he was.
He was, yeah. So that's good for her that she finally, with having six kids, most women won't leave because they feel they can't. So she must have been a
Yep,
strong woman.
very strong.
Yeah,
Still
good role
is.
model. Yeah,
Mhm.
81. That's great. She's still going. Does she still drive?
No, no.
No.
She gave up her license on her own. She's like, I
She's
don't want
still
to
in Rhode
drive
Island?
anymore. No, no, she's in North Carolina with my cousin. She just wanted to move down to where it was warmer.
Right. Yeah. That's nice, though. So you have a good family then, it sounds like. That's, there for,
Yeah, it's
yeah,
there's a lot of love.
that's good. Sometimes people take that for granted. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying that sometimes people like that come from a family where it's always been close. Say they've always been close and they've never had to adjust to, I don't know, like say watching a Hallmark commercial where the father is walking the girl down the aisle or something like that, you know, and
Yeah,
feeling like sad about it. And they take for granted that they have people around them that care and people they can always, who will love them no matter what.
yeah.
Hi, Eva. Nice to see you.
Hold on a second, I gotta pee. I've been holding it.
Oh, you gotta go to the bathroom?
Hold
Okay,
on.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can mute your mic if you want so we don't hear you.
No, I'm leaving the room.
Hello, Ava. How are you tonight? And good night, Ablavi, if I didn't say that already. Willow, I don't know if you're still here. See, Willow, sometimes not everybody ends up with the right person, but you got your kids, and that might be part of the reason. Like, just to, you know, it was a late night. What is that on your avatar? Is that hair? What is that? Is it a dog or is it hair? I can't tell. I bet it is. Well, sucks like to go through. Did you have your when it was Willow? Do you want to come up on the panel? All you gotta do is just hit the middle thing, and then you just have your avatar on. And I think that I bet you there's somebody so wonderful out there. But I was wondering, like, about your wedding. Was it like what you
Oh,
always dreamed it would be, Willow, or was it not? Like, I'm just wondering if, like, I don't know. I picked out what song. Are you there, Ministry?
Yep, just came back. Here I am.
Your dog's a little chihuahua too, right?
Yes, I do. My little Rosita Maria.
Oh, she's cute. Hello, it's Rosita. Yeah, fucking
AKA
Sesame Street.
Rosa.
Rosita
No,
here.
I swear to God, I didn't even know that when I named her 7 years ago. I would have never named her after a Sesame Street character. I looked
Really? I
up
would.
Spanish. Nope, I looked up Spanish girl names and I saw Rosita and I was like, oh, I love that name. That's beautiful. So I named her Rosita Maria, and we call her Rosa.
At least you didn't name her Consuelo.
Consuela. Oh my
Consuelo.
God, four
What do you
different
call a
names.
Puerto Rican female midget? Consuelo.
So you say Puerto Rican. You have Puerto Ricans that live around you? I grew up around Puerto Ricans in Rhode Island.
I love Puerto Rican food. Oh my God.
Oh,
Puerto Rican
I
food.
grew up in a mixed neighborhood. There were whites, blacks,
Yeah,
black and half whites, and Puerto Ricans.
that's how it is around here. Yeah, it's not. Nobody. See, that's what kills me is when people start talking about the racism and this and that and this and that. But I mean,
Yeah, isn't
I
it
went to school
crazy?
with black people, Spanish
I hate,
people.
I hate, I hate the shit that the Democrats are doing.
It's not the
I mean,
Democrats. It's each person. I'm a Democrat, and I'm, not
all
saying
right.
that.
See,
Saying
I'm
it's
not a
just a person's
Republican.
ideas.
I'm not a Republican, but I lean left. I mean, I lean right. Sorry. I'm not a
Yeah.
Republican, but I lean right. I'm not either or, but I lean right. And I did vote for Trump
Yeah.
because no, I don't want to get into that. I know you don't
No,
want to
no,
talk
it's
about
all right.
politics.
But I was thinking about the other, and I'm not, like I don't hate him or anything, but I always think that people who are raised rich and they're very rich and they never
No,
know how it feels.
I was poor.
No, but I mean
I
like
was poor. I was
poor, right?
brought up.
Right, poor,
My
right, and
family,
that's what
my
I
mother
mean.
never voted. My
I
mother
don't
never
think
voted.
somebody
I
who's
never
never lived
voted.
that.
I voted. The only time I ever voted in my whole life was when Trump ran, and I voted for him, and I voted for him again. Those are the only two times in my life I ever voted. So
Yeah.
I was not rich. I was not a
No, not you,
Republican.
not you. I'm talking about
I was
Trump.
not
You know what I
trying.
mean?
I'm just
Because
saying I was more the poorer side, like a Democrat brought up type person. But I decided to vote for the lesser of the two evils. It was Hillary or Trump, and I voted for Trump, and I liked what he did, and I voted for him again. And I believe that the election was stolen, and
right.
that's my that's
But I mean, what I'm saying is like sometimes I wonder if people who've never lived hand to mouth, like they don't know like how it feels to have your last $5. Are you going to put it in for gas or eat that day? I don't think they can relate to the common people's
I was
problem.
brought up, we lived hand to mouth. My mother worked full time, brought up
Right,
six
but I'm
kids
saying
on
like
her
Trump
own.
wasn't,
The
you
only
know?
welfare she ever got, the only welfare she ever got was for medical, and
Right,
she worked 12 to 14 hours a day. I mean, at 10 years old, I was taking care of my younger brothers and cooking full meals for the family and for my mother when she came home from work.
right, because she
And it
wasn't
wasn't
there.
much
Yeah.
to take out of the freezer to cook either. It wasn't like, oh, we're having steak tonight. No, it was like, what do we have in the
That's why
fridge?
I don't
That I
think
can.
like Trump could relate to that. You know what I mean? Could relate to those issues.
Yeah,
You,
but you know what?
yeah.
He related to Americans. He didn't. I'm not saying he was like relating to. He related to everybody.
Hmm. I mean, he has like things made out of gold, 24 karat gold, like seat belts
Yeah, that's
and
just
stuff in his.
stupid. Came from a rich family. He came from a rich family, so that's what he came from.
Right,
You
that's what
know,
I'm
but
saying. Like, so he could never.
he was
Uh,
down to earth. Go ahead. I don't
he
want
could
to keep.
never like relate to how we would think that, being what's the word I'm
But he
trying, like
did.
careless, irresponsible, because
He did,
we measure
Tracy.
everything.
He brought gas prices down to $1.18 a gallon.
They were a
That's what
dollar
us
four.
people are paying for. That's what us poor
I'm
people are
telling you
paying.
that he
He
also
brought,
don't, but don't get mad. I'm just telling you my reasons. But I'm
no,
just
I'm
going to
not,
say that
I'm not,
in this
I'm not
last
getting mad.
election, for the first time, I didn't vote. Okay, because I was in the hospital. But I didn't think there was either good candidate. I didn't think either one of them were good candidates. Um.
Oh, God.
So,
So are you
but
happy with Biden?
no, I
Are you
didn't.
happy with
No, I
Biden?
didn't. You know what? To be honest with you, ministry, since the George W. Bush the son, since that whole election fiasco there with Al Gore when he won, and then they pulled in the Electoral College, that was the first time in my voting history that I'd ever seen that even happen. And there was credible reporters saying it was the first time they'd ever had to retract the statement of who won and say something different. Um, so after that, although I would still vote and I still was passionate about politics and everything, I kind of lost my passion for it because I saw then that our vote didn't matter really. If the person didn't get in that they wanted to get in, then they call in the electoral college. You know, this was really
So you
shocked about.
believe that you believe that Biden got in, fairly?
I
You
will
believe
tell
that was a
you
fair
that
election?
I do think he did, and I'll tell you, I was watching a show where this guy, his wife had gone missing, and then they said, and this isn't for everyone. I'm just going to give you an example of the mindset, and I haven't seen this mindset on the flip side. I mean, sure, it could exist, um, but he sent in a mail-in vote for Trump under his wife's name, but she'd been missing at that point for a month. And so when like the authorities said, "Oh, that's pretty fishy. Why would you do that?" And he said, "Well, she would have voted for him anyway." So that mindset, saying that there's, however many, bottom line is it went back and forth, and for him to refuse to leave office, those things are unprecedented. Just like the George W. Bush thing, though. I mean, and I really can't argue about what's
All
going
right,
on now because, like I said, I didn't
I,
vote.
all right, Tracy. I really don't want to get into it.
Yeah, and like I said, I don't vote,
I
so I don't
really
feel like
don't
I
want
have
to
the
go back
right.
and forth with you on this.
Huh?
Huh?
No,
I
I
don't
said
know.
I
I didn't
don't
hear
feel
what you
like
said.
I have the right to discuss who's president now because I didn't vote because I was in the hospital with the diverticulitis.
Of
So
course you
usually,
do. Of course you have a right to discuss it.
no, I know,
You have
but
a
what I'm
right as an
saying is in the
American.
past, like I can't
No,
bitch
no,
about
don't feel
anything
like
if it's,
that.
because normally I would vote, but I just wasn't. It didn't, occur to me when I was in the hospital and they were talking about a freaking colostomy bag. I was like, my mind was on other things. So, but I would have been hard pressed to pick one anyway out of Biden and Trump because I think there was no other Republican choices either. Like they didn't come out and have anybody else running against him, which I never usually see that. Usually there's like candidates for both sides that you can pick from. Uh,
I
but
am
I
just
take
gonna
it.
be silent about politics. I don't want to get into politics.
I hear ya. I hear ya. Yeah. So let's get back to the ghost. Have so when you were a kid or nothing, you never saw any ghosts or anything? Because I know in Rhode Island they have a lot of nice old houses there.
No, I don't remember seeing any ghosts.
No,
The only
is that
the only
like you don't
thing
believe?
I experienced, huh?
No, go ahead with what you're saying.
No, the only thing I ever experienced was the cat ghost.
And I've heard about that before. I watched a show one time where
I
the girl was
swore to
saying,
God, I swore to God, I felt a cat jump up on my bed and walk across my bed, and then, like years later, I I read something about, I wasn't even looking it up, but I read something about that there's a phenomena of cat ghosts jumping up on your bed.
Yeah, I saw like a YouTube thing where the girl was saying that her cat had passed away, and every night, like she started feeling like the cat was there, and then one night she heard like she felt like it was like a hound from hell in the room as well. It was really strange. Do you ever like think like what if, right, hypothetically speaking, you ever saw your brother or your sister like as ghosts, like you walked in and you just saw them there, right? I think about that sometimes about my sister or people that I've lost that I love. Like, would you be scared? Would you be what like
I saw my sister. I mean, I've seen my sister in dreams, and
yeah?
like the one I told you about, the nightmare where she was there and I got hit in the head with a baseball bat, and she said, "Oh my God, Cat, he hit you in the head with a baseball bat." And I said, "I know." And I was like holding my head because it was like guts falling out or brains falling out, whatever.
Was that
that's the
after the
only
benzos
that's the
thing?
only bad that's the only bad thing. I mean, I've had dreams with my sister in it. I've had, more dreams with her in it than my brother. I've had a couple of dreams with my brother in it, but nothing like nothing like that one. Uh,
Yeah, that's yeah. Was that after the benzos?
yeah, that was when I got
I
home from
wonder
the
if it was like
hospital.
indicative of, like the benzos hitting you in the head like a baseball bat kind of thing. Because that's such a
Uh,
violent dream.
I don't know, but I know when I woke up, I mean, I was only sleeping like for minutes at a time,
Yeah,
literally. I know when I woke up, and and when it came to consciousness, when I thought about it, it was like, oh my! I mean, I immediately was petrified. No, I don't know the
yeah,
word for it. Petrified. I mean, I was horrified and terrified, and the first thing, I didn't even tell my husband about it. I just told him I want him to put extra locks on the front door, and we got into a big argument about it. He was like, well, I don't want to get into it, but we got into a
yeah.
big argument. Says, why do I have to put extra locks on the front door? Because I wasn't telling him why, but that's why. Because I mean, I
Because
was
you probably felt like
horrified.
you would think like
I thought,
trivialize it if
I
it was a
thought,
dream.
no, I believed that somebody was going to break into my house and hit me in the head with a baseball bat. That's what I believed at that
People are
point, at that
strange.
time.
Have you ever been to a psychic?
No.
No. Do you
My
believe any of that
sister,
stuff?
my other sister, she has been into reading tarot cards and um doing psychic stuff like that. I don't really believe in it. So.
I went to one
I mean,
time
I mean,
and
to each their
huh?
own. To each their own. I just don't really. It's not my thing. I don't really believe in it.
I went to one
But
time and I'm telling you, ministry, he would have been right. It was only like a reading of 50 people were there, like, an audience of 50 people, but he's really famous. Like years ago when I was a kid, I saw him on Unsolved Mysteries. And, uh, and I thought, oh, well, there are only 50 people there. He's bound to, you know, because I've had so many people pass away. And,
mm,
he, uh, he, like, his first question that was, like, true was, does anybody have any twins in the family? He said, I see like twins that are in the service, and one of them passed away, and he was
I thought you were
decorated.
asking, and I was like, oh my god, I do.
Yeah,
When
and
you said that,
yeah, well, I didn't say anything, like because my father was a twin, and he was a decorated gunner's mate. And then
Yeah.
his
I have identical twin brothers.
this psychic's name was John Holland. And after the show, but there's more stuff too. But after the show for that particular thing, I actually looked, and my father's brother was on a ship called the John Holland, and that was the name of the
Mm,
psychic. Isn't that weird? Hi, XX.
well,
And then he says, "Does anybody here have a brother that passed away named William?" And I was the only one who said I did. And he said, "Oh no, it's not for you." Right? So you would think that if he's going to ask a question like that, why wouldn't it have
yeah.
been for me?
Yeah.
And then
I
he
would have
said a
gone
lot
to
of
him at the
things
end of the
that,
show and said, "Hey, dude."
huh?
I would have gone to him at the end of the show and said, "Hey, dude."
I know, I thought about it, but he had so many people around him and stuff, and I was already kind of put off because there was so many times, like he said, I'm getting an older woman here, like someone's mother, and right before she died, something happened with her brain, like maybe an aneurysm or something, and she couldn't talk anymore, and someone who here didn't make it to the hospital on time before their mother died. And I said, I didn't. And he said, "Oh no, honey, I wish I could say it was for you, but it's not." And then he
God.
to me. And then he said to me, ministry, he goes, "You know what you should do, honey?" He goes, "You should write the people's names that you want to contact and nicknames that they would call you or them on a list." I had that in my pocket. You could ask my friend I was
Wow.
with, even in the parking lot, I was like updating it. And if he'd have just given me a moment, I would have been like, "Look, here it is, buddy. You're right on target." But it was like he wanted to
Right.
push square pegs into round
Maybe,
holes,
maybe,
you know?
maybe he was really like a psychic type person and saw something and didn't want to confront you with it, or maybe it
That
wasn't your time to hear it, or I don't
that's
know.
what I wonder, because he sat there and he near the end, he goes, "Who here has a sister that passed away?" And I said I did, and then the lady that was sitting in the row behind me, but more towards the right hand side, she said she did. So he asked both
Mhm.
of us questions. He said, "Are you the youngest in the family?" And I said, "Yeah." And he asked the lady back there, "Are you the youngest in the family?" She goes, "Well, now I am, that she passed away." So right there, here he is talking about that. And he said, "Oh, did you take care of her before?" He asked me, he goes, "Was I the one who took care of my mother before she passed away?" Because he said now the elderly lady is back too with the woman, right? With the girl, the young girl that died, the sister. And I said no. And he said to the lady back there, she said she did take care of her mother before she died. And he goes, "Oh, okay, honey. So it's for her, the other lady." And he says to her, "What's your name?" And she said, "Carol." And he goes, "Oh, yeah, then it's definitely you." Here's the thing, though, ministry. My sister Carol was the one who took care of my mother before she died.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
So he had everything right on. He kept going, "I feel like there's something to do with February. Hi, Zombie Queen. Hello." And saying, he kept saying, "I feel like there's something to do with February. Something to do with February." That was my birthday. And then he said, "Who here?" He looks, he goes, "Who has breast cancer?" Now, I hadn't been diagnosed yet, but I didn't know. And I feel
Oh,
like
well.
maybe he,
Like, yeah, he meant to be on you than rather than her.
yeah, you know,
Yeah.
like I look back and think
Yeah.
maybe
Projecting
it was,
everything on you for your
maybe
future and
like
your
what you were saying, maybe he didn't want to say something that wasn't, you know, saying that, but I feel like if he would have said it, maybe
well, maybe
I
it
would,
wasn't supposed to. Who knows? Who
yeah.
knows what these with these people who have these gifts, but they have to how they have to juggle it.
Well, then my friend, she said that, because she she sees people, as well. And she's, like a psychic medium. And she said that when somebody's saying, who here has this? Who here knows somebody with this name? She said to her, that's kind of fishing. Where for her, if she sees a
Yeah,
person, they're
yeah,
usually standing right next to the person, and she knows who the message is for because they're standing right there.
yeah. That's a good term. I mean, I was trying to think of fishing. Yeah, that's a good term for
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Last time she was here, she mentioned something about someone who they knew, somebody named Royce that passed away, but nobody here that was talking anyway knew anybody. She's pretty talented. She always has those orbs around her and stuff. So paranormal Willow is going through a lot because they're getting divorced. And my friend Zombie Queen is here. So much love possibility. She's been crying all day. How did the spider bite thing work out, Willow? The
Hi
spider.
guys, sorry you guys are going through that. No, I'm not gonna stay on too long. I've been out for a long time.
I hear ya. I hear ya. I know the time flies on here. Like it's
Oh, it's
already like
almost 2 o'clock.
yeah, it's 2:04.
I turned my phone the other way and I got the time and it's like, oh, it's only two.
I
Um,
know. Time flies.
we had yeah, yeah.
Hmm. I just
Um,
sometimes I'll like read the chat because I don't want people to. Like the other night, I couldn't even see the chat because I couldn't find my glasses. I felt so bad. Thank God for cheater glasses. Well, the doctor
I
stuff
love
was
the
like,
way I love the way you run the show in your chat. You run it like really great. I've been watching and when
thank you.
you have trolls and stuff, your mods take care of them right away and stuff.
Trying to be diplomatic and just polite
I mean,
and
I'm not talking about tonight. I haven't watched tonight. The chat or anything, but I'm just saying, and usually, you know,
yeah, I haven't seen any trolls tonight at all.
yeah. I mean,
None.
surprisingly,
Yeah, 'cause the other night there was quite a few, and they can be pretty vicious.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, there was like a whole big thing going on. We adore SG. Oh, thank you, Minnie. Mhm. I've known Minnie for a long time too, from Nature Channel. I like those Nature channels sometimes,
I
the
love
live streams.
nature. I love gardening.
What was the
I
second thing you
haven't
said after
started
nature?
gardening. I haven't started a garden this year though yet because I've been in so much pain. I have nerve pain so bad. It just like
Is it
turned up
fibromyalgia?
me. I don't know. I hate to say that it is. I mean, I hate to say that I don't believe about that, but I hate to say that it is. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I just don't know.
You should look up Morgellons disease
I don't,
because they said that that's related to the nerve pain and what they usually would say, oh, fibromyalgia isn't real, but then they are now starting to realize that
I
it is
know
real.
I know what Morgellons is. It's the wires in your body, isn't it? That
Yeah, like there is like, but
yeah,
it
yeah, yeah. I've read a lot about that stuff. I mean, I know what that is and everything, but
yeah,
I mean, I don't know
I
what
found it
is going on with.
interesting. XX always like once we, and you know what, today because it was pouring out, I almost did start reading because I checked that book out of the library on purpose to read on here, and then that you know I wasn't sure. and then that Indian one we started and never finished. I still want to know how it
I need
ends.
to read a book and know how it ends.
Huh?
I would just go to the end. Are you reading a
That's what my
book and
daughter
never
used
know
to
how
do.
it ends? I would just go to the end then, instead of never ever knowing.
Well, I want to read through it. It's a true story. It's about like the raid on the Deerfield village and how they would take the little kids and they took everybody in the village, but they were making them walk 300 miles back to Canada, and what ended up going on.
I don't like reading or hearing about people being tortured.
No,
That's
no, no, they weren't
just wrong.
tortured. They treated them nice, and some of the little kids ended up when they were the
Walking
parents
300
were going to get
miles
them
is
back.
being
They didn't want to come, huh?
walking 300 miles is being treated nice.
Well, I mean, on the flip side, we did the same. Well, they didn't really have to walk. Like once you see in the story, 'cause I kind of read ahead, um, you'll see that they had provisions and stuff already set up. Like even moccasins made for all the even adults, little kids, all sizes of moccasins made that would keep them warmer on the trek. And when some of the like they had bargained out ransoms for the kids didn't want to leave. They didn't want to because most of their families were killed anyway. And
Right.
I'd done a video actually about some like that place, Deerfield, Mass, and the cemetery there, and some of the people that are in the book that we're talking of, that we're reading about, are actually buried in that cemetery that I was doing the video. So I thought it was, yeah, the one kid, he was only 11, the one with the strap around his forehead. Yeah,
Okay.
carrying that thing. Yeah, it's really interesting story. I'm dying to finish it. I would if XX wants to hear it. Where's Aquaman when I need him? Who's Aquaman?
Who's Aquaman?
Do you mean the real
Who's Aquaman?
Aquaman? I never quite understood like Aquaman. Um. Oh, she says. Oh, I don't know what that means either. Sometimes I'm so lost with the chat, right? I think she meant oh.
I know it is weird. It's like you're looking at people type stuff and you're like, what does beach mean? What does O
Yeah, right.
mean?
Yeah. Oh, the real Aquaman on that movie. Oh, who played the role? See, I never get into those like comic book movies and stuff. The only comic book thing I used to watch was The Incredible Hulk on TV.
My husband's into comic books. By the way, what happened to Secular Human? Is he still around?
No, I mean he hasn't even tried to get in here unless he comes with a different name, and I don't
No,
know.
I mean, is he still around on YouTube?
I don't know. He ended up going over. You didn't hear that story that he went over to that V channel, and he was, where like that V person has kind of moved away from focusing on anybody,
All right.
and secular went over there saying, that he should that me, Tiffany, Miss Passion, and Debbie are all members of a hacking gang, and he should uh, take a drive to no head off to Tennessee, and then do a drive by Flint, and then cap it off with a visit to Massachusetts.
Oh my
And
god.
like getting, that V person. I don't even think that the V person
Yeah,
even.
was it really him? Or was it a sock account?
Oh no, it was really him.
Sock
It was
accounts
really him.
fuck people up, you know?
Hi, Jeeping
You
John.
never really know.
It was him though, because he was modded. Willem Dafoe. Do you like Willem Dafoe?
Me?
Yeah,
He's weird looking. Yeah,
he is weird looking,
yeah,
isn't he? He is weird
yeah.
looking. Jason
He looks
Momoa
like
from
a
Game
like
of
a he
Thrones.
looks like a cocker. Is he the one that looks like a cocker spaniel? Is that him?
No, he
No.
looks more like a bird or something. I remember one of my exes had gotten this new girlfriend, and I swear to
He's a
God,
bird
she looked
man.
just like Willem Dafoe.
Looks like an eagle, huh?
Yeah,
That
yeah,
guy?
yep, yeah. And she looked just like him in that role where he was. It was Boondock Saints, and he was dressed like a woman, and he had that scarf around his neck and the blonde wig on. And there was a picture of her with a scarf on her neck and she looked just like Willem Dafoe. I said, "Oh, you got yourself a movie star." Hmm. That was, yeah, she was on that. Thank God. Sometimes when some ex gets, you know,
My husband said that poor lady, you look like William Defoe. Ugh.
oh my God, I put them side by side, and they were spitting image of each other. They both had a purple scarf around their neck. Ah,
Uh,
Willem
my
Dafoe.
husband is a big my husband is a big movie buff. If
Me
you ask about
too.
any movie, I know you're into movies and stuff. If you ask anything about movies, my husband should know about it.
Okay, here we go. Let's give him a little test. He's right there, you said?
He's right here. Go ahead.
All right. And no Googling. No Googling. And
No,
if anybody
no,
else
no,
wants to
no,
answer the
no
question, okay.
googling.
Okay.
Nope.
So,
So go ahead.
in the movie Jaws, what was the name of the lead character? Not the actor's name, but his full name. Not just his last name, but his first and last.
The cop.
Yep.
Yep.
The one who said we're going to need a bigger boat.
The one that's gonna need a bigger boat. Don't cheat. Don't. No, I'm thinking. He's thinking. He's not looking. He's thinking.
Okay.
Taking too long. Time's up. He said it's been too long since he's seen Jaws. Time's
Martin
up.
Brody. Okay. All right. All right. Let's do another one then. What was the name of the daughter in The Exorcist?
Reagan.
Yep, Reagan. Yeah. And
That was.
what was the name of the priest that went there to help, and his mother came through?
Father. Father. Father something. This is me
But she
guessing.
wasn't. It
Hold
was
on.
supposed to be the mother's voice talking through Reagan, and she was calling him by his first name, not the priest. She was calling him what she would call him.
You motherfucker! No.
No, she said his name, and she goes, "Why you do this to me? Why you do this to me?" Because he had put her in the nursing home. Does he remember the name?
He's trying to think. I don't think he knows. No, he
It was,
doesn't know. He's like, she's
Damiano.
pulling up old movies, man.
I can't think of newer movies. I don't know the last time I saw a newer movie.
No, you're testing him. Go for it.
All right. Okay. So let's see. Who played the brother that was mentally challenged in the movie What's Eating Gilbert Grape?
Oh, you got some pretty good questions because he can't answer any of them.
No.
Wait a minute, he's thinking. He's not looking. He's thinking.
I'm thinking. The guy who plays the pirate.
Did he see that movie?
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp was Gilbert Grape, right? I think, and the brother, he had a brother that would never want to take a bath. Remember, he'd be up in the tree. Who was the actor who played it?
Oh my gosh.
He doesn't know.
I know.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Really?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see.
Very good.
I'll try and think of like newer ones, but I really don't. The newer ones, I don't.
No,
No, not newer one.
not newer ones, older ones. He knows older stuff.
Oh, okay. So yeah, I'm doing older
He's
ones.
into older. He's into older movies.
That's what I'm doing is the older ones. Okay,
No, I
good.
mean
So,
older for real.
like, how old?
I know.
Well, I don't know. He's into like old. He's not old. He's my age. He's our age.
I grew up.
But
Um,
he likes older. He likes older movies, like older than us.
well, let me think of some then. Okay. Um,
Like
okay.
especially horror movies, like Vincent Price and stuff. But I don't know, old
All
shit
right.
like that.
Name one other old time, scary actor in the black and white movies, kind of, other than the one you just said, Vincent Price. There was another one. I think he played the vampire.
Bela Lugosi.
Bela Lugosi.
Yes. Yep, you got it,
Ding
Bela
ding ding
Lugosi.
ding 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 ding.
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
that one.
We
All
win.
right. Name besides Streetcar Named Desire, right? Is that what it's called? The one with James Dean, Streetcar Named Desire.
Yeah.
Name another movie that he was in.
James Dean.
Is it the movie or is it
A movie James Dean was in.
a movie James Dean was in? He doesn't know.
I just want to know. What
You don't
talking about
know.
what to talk
Isn't that
He
funny? He
doesn't
was
know.
only in 3 movies. Isn't that crazy? He was in
He's only
Giant.
in three movies.
Yeah,
What
one of
was
them
it?
was Giant, and I don't know what the other one was.
Oh,
Was it Cat on a Hot Tin Roof? Is he the one who did Stella? No, was that who did that? That was Marlon Brando, right? Was
Brando,
it?
yeah. Yeah.
I'm like comparing. In my head, I'm thinking Adrian. Oh, Rebel Without a
that was
Cause.
Stallone.
It
That
was
was
Rebel
Stallone.
with. Eva says Rebel Without a Cause. Yep, it was Rebel Without a Cause, Giant, and the other one that I said, Streetcar Named Desire. Right? Was that him? I could be wrong. I could be wrong. All right. How about TV shows? Does he know those too?
Yep.
Okay.
TV show.
Who played Ralph Malph on Happy Days?
Donnie Most.
Donnie Most.
Yes, absolutely. Who played Potsy?
Anson Williams. I knew that.
Yes.
Anson Williams.
Awesome. Yeah. Who played Captain Stubing?
Captain
Gavin
Stewart.
McLeod.
Gavin McLeod.
Yes. Yeah. Who played Vicky? Remember Vicky? She came on later.
Oh, the girl.
That's the little girl.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't know.
Joe Whelan.
Oh. Who was
Who
it?
played Joe Whelan? What
Yeah,
was
okay.
Julie's last name? Remember the director there, the
Yeah.
whatever
I don't
activities
know.
director? What was her last name? Julie's.
We don't know.
No, I
Julie
You
McCoy.
know? Wait.
McCoy.
He didn't
We
know.
know.
What was the actress's name that played it?
Lorraine Toos.
Lauren Toos. Oh, he's good. He's good. Okay.
He is good.
Name the three Charlie's Angels. The first original ones. Not their real
Sarah,
names. Their names on not their real names. Yep.
Jill. Jill.
No,
Yeah.
it was.
Yeah,
It
Jill.
was. Yeah, but what was her last name?
No,
You
you don't
did
have to say
last
their
name?
last name. You don't have to do their last names. Just the three, the
No,
Jill,
original Charlie.
Sabrina,
Kelly.
Yep,
Jill, Sabrina, and Kelly.
yep. Who played who played the voice of Charlie?
What's his name? What's his name?
The guy from Falcon Crest. Um,
No, from a different one. Kind of Falcon's Crest like, but a different
Um,
one.
oh, it was.
Bosley.
No, Bosley
Yeah,
was the guy. It was John Forsythe.
Bosley.
No,
John
John
Forsythe.
Forsythe.
Yeah. You ever watch that show? Good. Bye. Oh, she heard a gunshot out of her window. And XX says, "All right, 5:30 comes early. Good night, everyone. SG, I expect story time soon. I will give you story time. I love that I found that you guys like trivia though, because I love this. I got more for you guys. Okay, what was
Okay,
the
bring it.
song that Carmine on Laverne and Shirley would always sing? It was like his trademark song, Carmine.
Red Witches.
Heaven for breaks to riches.
Yes. Oh, he's good. He's good. All right. What was the name of the actor who played Carmine?
Oh.
That was me that sang that, by the way. He
I
said,
know. I
"Oh,
heard
he's
him
good."
say rags to riches, and they said, "You know, I go from rags to riches."
That was me that sang that.
I love Laverne and Shirley. Ah, big time. So does he
No,
know
we
the
don't know. We don't know that
Jack-
answer.
Eddie Mecca?
No.
Yeah, Eddie Mecca.
Okay.
And when there was an episode of Laverne and Shirley, okay, and they snuck into a famous singer's hotel room dressed as maid. Do you know? Like, and they used his real name, like, on the show. It was, it's really supposed to be him. It is him. And he had, like, a popular song. Who was the singer that they snuck into his hotel room dressed like maid?
Fabian?
Yes. Yes. Fabian. What was the song that he sang?
Oh.
What was the song that he sang?
Rags to riches.
No. Fabian sang a
No.
different song.
No. I know. Shh, I know. Don't say it.
Okay.
I don't know.
Oh, he doesn't know. Go ahead.
Turn Me Loose.
Turn me loose, yeah.
Turn Me Loose. Remember they were hiding? That was the funniest episode. I swear to God. I was dying laughing. Okay. So okay. Penny Marshall was also on
Yeah.
another sitcom, one that was older. What
She was,
sitcom was
Happy
it?
Days.
No.
The Odd Couple. Oh,
The Odd Couple. Yep, The Odd Couple. What was her name on the
Yeah.
show?
that's what we said.
Myrna.
Oh,
Edna. Yeah. Oh, he's
Myrna?
good. Oh, he's
He is
good.
good.
Yes, he is.
He
Um,
is. He is.
what was the name of Betty White on the Mary Tyler Moore Show?
Mary Tyler Moore Show.
Um,
Sue Ann.
yeah.
Yes. Oh my God, he's not looking any of these up. He's fucking good. Who
Truly, he
played-
is good.
He is good. When
Yes.
okay, here we'll go to what do you call it? Three's
Don't
Company.
make it harder.
What was the name of the neighbor that was with the button down blouse and there was two neighbors actually.
girl
One was
next door?
female. No, one was the female that was always hitting on Jack, and one was Jack's friend. What was their names? Not their real names. Their names on the show.
Jack from where? On what show?
What show?
Three's Company.
Well, there was Larry.
Yep, Larry is the guy. Yep.
Mr.
And then there
Roper.
was
Mr. Roper.
And the lady that lived. That
Oh,
had black hair.
Verna. Yeah, Verna or
No,
what's
it
her name?
was
Began with an L.
Lorna.
Lana. Yeah,
Lana.
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 Yeah. Yeah, I forgot all about her. I forgot all about her. Um, who played Jody on Soap?
Billy Crystal.
Yep. Yeah. Who played oh my god, let me think. No, what was the name of the puppet, that ventriloquist puppet?
Bob.
Bob. Yeah. Bob. Yeah. Um, you know the
I'm
sister?
sorry. Gary's good. You're not gonna really stump him on much.
No, he's good. He's good.
He is good.
Let's see. Who who hosted the night gallery?
Rod Sterling. Rod
Yes.
Sterling.
Oh, you're good. Yes. Yeah. Hi, Cheryl. Oh, Maud. Oh, my. I love Soap too. On Maud. On Maud. Let's see. What was the name of her daughter, and who was the actress who played her?
Oh.
Adrian Barbeau.
Yeah, Bobo. Yeah.
And her daughter
What's
was
the daughter? I don't remember her daughter's name.
Carol.
I know her
Yeah.
husband's name. What was his name?
Yep. Walter was her
Stan.
husband. Yep. Carol.
Oh,
Yep.
it wasn't. Oh, right. It was Walter, not Stan.
Yep. All right. Who is the mother of Lenny Kravitz, and what sitcom was she in?
She was in well, what's George Jefferson?
Yep, the Jeffersons. Yep. And what's her name?
Who's?
Lenny Kravitz.
The mother of Lenny Kravitz.
Oh,
She was.
oh, she was Mrs.
Her real name, though.
Mrs.
But what was her?
Oh, I don't know.
The Willises. Was it the Willises or something, right?
Well, yeah, the Willises. She was Mrs. Wilson.
Wilson.
Oh, Willis.
And her first name, I mean, her real name was.
Her real name or her first name
The
on the show?
actress's name.
Yeah, the actress.
Oh, I don't know that.
Yeah, I'm not sure of that.
Roxy
Pass.
Roker. Roxy Roker. What was the
Really?
name of the maid on the Jeffersons?
Let me answer this. Wait. Shh.
Go ahead.
Florence.
What was
It
the
was
last?
Florence,
Oh.
right?
Jefferson.
Was it Florence?
Yeah, she married all of them. Yes,
Yeah.
it was Florence.
Okay, I wasn't even sure. Tell me the actress who played Blair on The Facts of Life.
Oh.
I don't know her name, but I know her face. And Tootie hated her. No, not Tootie hated her.
Kind of a,
No, it was Joe
Joe?
hated her.
What was
No,
Joe's
Joe
last
hated
name?
her.
What was Joe's
What
last
was
name on?
Joe's last name?
oh, I can't tell you who anybody.
I don't
Yep,
even
on the-
know Joe's. Did Joe even have a last name?
No.
Yeah, she did. Yep.
I don't know.
You know it? Polnicek.
No. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Joe. And what was the name of the actress who played her?
Um,
I
don't know.
Does your husband?
Those were kind of girly shows. I didn't really.
Oh, you watch them. Shut
not
up.
to know their names.
Yeah, you watched
I've watched a couple episodes.
a
Here
couple
and
of episodes. He could, if you asked about a certain episode, he could tell you about it. Yeah, well, I watched a
I know,
couple of
right?
episodes.
It was Nancy McKeon, and she had a brother.
It was.
Yeah, Nancy
Yes.
McKeon, and she had a brother
Yes.
who was in
She
another
did.
sitcom. What
I'll
was
tell
it?
you
What
his
was the
name. Hold
sitcom?
on.
Nancy.
Nancy McKeon and the brother with the blonde hair and the teeth just like her.
Yep. They were a little bigger though. His thing, his teeth.
Yes. What was? I don't know his name. I don't remember.
What was the show you?
God.
What
Oh,
was
he
the show he
wasn't
was
on
on?
a show.
No,
He wasn't on a show.
She was on another show.
No, she said asked what her brother's name was.
Well,
Nancy McKeon. She had a brother. I don't remember his
And I
name.
said, what sitcom was he on?
I have his face right there,
what
but
show was he on?
It was
Oh.
Alice.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
He played Tom.
Alice. Tommy. Yeah, he played Tommy. Who played Alice?
Oh, what was her name? Alice was.
I'm thinking. I can't.
No, wait a minute. It can't be that hard. Wow, you tried to remember.
Linda Lavin.
Yes.
Yes, Linda Lavin. Yeah, yeah. Who played Flo?
Oof.
That hoe. No.
Flo, that hoe. Who played Flo?
Oh, I don't know. Fro's real name.
We
Do you
don't
know?
know.
Polly Holiday.
Yeah.
Who was Rhoda's doorman? What was the name of her? Remember Rhoda?
Carlson.
Carlton.
Carlton.
Yeah, yeah.
He was the
And
guy who was the.
This is
Garfield.
Carlton, your doorman.
that was a funny show. I liked Rhoda. Who played her mother?
Huh? Mom.
No,
No.
she was famous.
The
She
quick
did like a
pick-
paper towels commercial.
Yeah, quick to pick her up, a lady. Don't know.
No, don't know.
Nancy Walker.
Yeah.
Yeah. The lady who played the Wicked Witch in The Wizard of Oz, she made
Yes,
a commercial.
Maxwell House Coffee.
Was it Maxwell House or Chock full of nuts?
No,
Maxwell
it was
House.
Okay. I knew she did. And then what children's TV show did she make an appearance as the Wicked Witch? And they never played that episode again.
Wizard of Oz? Oh, no, it was
No,
a
she
TV
did, she-
show.
I don't know. Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
She was on that, but yeah, she was in Sesame Street. And she was flying around like the witch. I remember seeing this episode, and she said
What a
to
evil
said to
bitch.
Big Bird, "Huh?
An evil
She's just flying around like a witch, and she's on children's shows.
Well, yeah, that's why they never showed it again. They never showed that episode again because
Yeah.
little kids were
And-
scared. And she told Big
Yeah,
Bird she was going to turn him into something. Do you know what it was?
God, isn't that horrible? What? An egg?
No, a feather duster. And then
Oh
all the
my
feather
God.
dusters, those feather dusters, they
Isn't
were all
that
bright yellow like Big Bird.
That's horrible.
Notice that? They're all bright yellow like Big Bird. All the little kids are like, is this Big Bird?
No.
What was her real name?
Oh my God. Okay. Go ahead. I'm gonna calm myself down.
You guys can text me too if you want.
I don't have any questions.
All right, then I'll keep asking. What show, it was like a drama series, was Christy McNichol on when she was a little kid?
Family.
Yes. What was her name in the show?
Buddy.
Buddy.
Yes,
She was a lesbian.
Buddy. Yeah, not in the show. Was she a lesbian in the show? I thought she was too
No,
young to be.
in real life. In real life.
Oh, in real life. Yeah. And that other one turned out to be a lesbian too, or maybe she just played one on TV. I'm not sure.
Oh, and also, I think she had like bipolar. I mean, I'm not making fun
Yeah,
of
she
it or
did.
anything, but
She
that's
did.
why she never went back to acting.
I liked her, Christy McNichol.
I did too. I did too.
But she doesn't.
Remember, she had her brother, Jimmy McNichol.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and
Yeah,
he had the big teeth too,
yep, he did
and
have a
looked just
big.
like her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who played Mallory on Family Ties?
Oh, Mallory.
Mallory.
um.
She had a brother too that was in.
All right, wait a minute. Yeah, I know who she has.
You don't know.
Shut up, yes, I do.
Mallory.
Oh,
God,
that
those have been
Mallory was
years.
like,
I liked Family
I
Ties. That was a funny show.
know. It was it was what's his name? The one that has Parkinson's now,
Yeah, it was
and his
Alex,
sister.
and
Yeah,
his sister was Mallory, and the other one was Oh
and
my
the
God, what?
Jennifer.
Jennifer. Do you know who
Yeah.
played her?
No.
No, I know Jennifer's a rock star now.
Is she? She tried to be,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, she dyed her
Mm.
hair black, 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 and she was a rock star. Yeah, and she was a rock star too.
Mallory was Justine Bateman, by the way.
Just
Yes,
and then there
and
was just
Jason, and
just
Jason
Jason. No,
Bateman. I like him.
Justin and Jason.
Yeah, I like him. Um, who was the uncle or the younger brother or whatever on Family Ties? It's a famous actor now.
Oh, Phil. No,
Yeah,
Family
wasn't him Uncle Phil?
Ties.
He wasn't like always regular, but he would make like an appearance and he had issues all the time.
Oh,
Tom Hanks.
Yes, Tom Hanks. Yep. What was the name of his sitcom that he was in?
big.
No.
Nope.
I know.
That start with a B though.
Bosom Buddies.
Yeah,
Yes, those
yeah.
bodies.
What was the theme song for that show?
Ooh,
What was it, honey?
this theme song. I don't remember what the theme song was.
And it wasn't like written specially for the show either. It was like a famous song by a famous singer. You know it?
I
No.
don't think. I don't think.
It,
I'm
it was
stumped.
Billy. What? Go ahead. Oh, it was Billy Joel. This is my life. Go ahead with your own life. Leave me alone. That was that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Leave me
Leave me
alone.
alone. Yeah.
I don't care
And
what you say anymore. This is my life.
I like that show.
Go
What was the
ahead.
name of the two characters that the two guys, in the lead roles? What was the name of the women when they dressed up?
Who? What women?
Like
Tom
Tom
Hanks
Hanks and the other guy
Oh,
on Buzz and Buddies, they would dress up as women.
I don't know. Wasn't there like a Hilda and something?
Yeah, half right. That Hilda. His full name is Hildegard, right?
Right.
And then the other one,
Buffy.
yes, yeah, yeah. Now there was another Buffy in shows, not Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but there was another
Buffy and
Buffy in.
Jody. Family
Yeah,
Affair. Buffy and Jody.
yeah. Who played the father on Family Affair?
Wasn't a father. It was Uncle Bill.
Oh, it was their uncle. Oh, okay, whatever he was. Who played that role?
Who played what?
Who played the role of that guy?
Oh, he was. Oh, wait a minute! Don't say. He was. Um. Not Sebastian Shabbat. It was
Sebastian Cabot
a
was
Cabot.
the other guy.
Oh, I don't
No,
know. Was it?
it was
Huh?
yeah, but Uncle Phil. Did you say Uncle Phil or Uncle Bill?
Uncle Bill. Uncle Bill.
That's the name of the lead guy on there.
Yes, Uncle Bill. What those were?
Uncle Bill.
Those
Uncle
were
And then there
his
Bill.
was that
brothers.
big guy too, right?
And then there was
He was
Mr. French, who was
the
Sebastian
man's
Cabot.
man. He was the man's man.
Yeah, and so the father was
Yeah,
Brian
whatever
Keith.
that means. Brian Keith.
Brian Keith.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Brian Keith. And what was the name of the doll that she used to always carry?
Mrs.
Miss B.
Beasley.
Miss.
Yeah. And what was the name of the real actor who played the boy? Is that Jody or Dodie? Jody?
Jody was.
Jody was.
I don't know what his real name was. He wasn't really a big actor.
He was actually. He played like in a movie. He was in a movie and it was written by Mark Twain.
Oh yeah, he was in
Yeah, he played Tom Sawyer, remember?
Huckleberry Finn. Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
what his name was.
Johnny Whitaker.
Johnny Whitaker. Yeah.
Yeah. And he was in another. Yes, that's what it was. I was just going to ask you that. Sigmund the Sea Monster. What show was the Slee Stacks from?
Land of the Lost.
Yep. Yeah. I miss those shows. Who
And they used to
played?
get basketball players to play the Slee Stack, and one of the basketball players was Bill Lambier from the Pistons.
Playing the Slee Stack?
Yep. They got
What?
basketball players to play them.
What basketball team made a little special appearance on Scooby Doo?
The Harlem Globetrotters.
Yeah.
The Hall.
Who did the voice for Shaggy on Scooby Doo?
Who did the voice?
The voice for Shaggy was done by the top 10 guy from the radio.
Yep.
Casey Kasem.
Kasem.
Yep, Casey Kasem. Yeah. And his wife was also in a sitcom. One that was more recent. What was that sitcom?
Ooh.
Not too recent, actually. It just feels recent. But it really wasn't. Her name in the show was Bunny. Her name in the show was Bunny.
I know she's a tall blonde.
Yep, tall blonde, yeah. She was in Cheers. She was Bunny on
Really?
Cheers. Yeah. What is the name of the dog on Frasier?
Oh, I know him.
Don Fraser's name was.
I can't think.
Gosh, and we just saw that episode.
I know. I really, my mind isn't really thinking well.
Eddie.
I know who it is. Eddie.
Yeah,
just saw
Eddie.
that episode on Pluto TV.
Who played the flying nun?
Sally
Fields. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Who played remember the two twins? What the hell was that show? It was, they were twins and they were fooling their parents or something. They did a remake of it, with Lindsay Lohan, but the original one. Was it Freaky Friday or something? Yeah. Or no, not Freaky Friday.
Yeah.
No. It was
No, it wasn't Freaky Friday. That's when the mom and the daughter changed places.
Yeah.
No,
twins.
you're
Parent Trap.
no,
A
but
Parent Trap.
Parent Trap.
oh,
Yeah.
I was thinking
Yeah.
something else.
Who played the original role on that movie?
I don't know.
Phew. Don't know.
Haley Mills.
Ooh, pulling an old name out of there.
What was the do you remember there used to be a sitcom where the woman was, I can't even think of her real name. She was a blonde. She was like witchcrafty, but it wasn't Bewitched. It was a different one. She took care of the kids and she was English.
Oh, another teenage.
Oh, Nanny and the Professor.
Oh,
Yep,
right.
Nanny the Professor. Yep, Nanny and the Professor. I'd forgotten all about that one. Do you remember the sitcom that Bob Euchre was in?
Bob, I remember
And
the show.
yeah, and they had one of those people like Mr. French, and that was the title of the show.
Mr. Belvedere.
Yep, Mr. Belvedere. Who played Bobby on the Brady Bunch?
Mike Lookingland.
Yeah.
Yep. Who played Greg?
Barry Williams.
I see. I didn't even know that. You're very good. Weren't you surprised when Mr. Brady turned out to be gay and died of AIDS? That was a shocker. What was his real name?
The dad?
The dad's name.
God, my mind's just thrown a blank out to everything.
I can't remember it either, but
I am so bad at trivia when I just like.
oh, I
my mind
remember
just
it
goes-
now.
I'm like,
His
oh,
first and last name begin with the same letter.
I don't
Robert
know,
Reed.
I know.
Robert Reed. Yeah. Who played Quincy?
Oh, Jack Klugman.
Yep. Yeah. See.
Got one.
Yeah. No, you got a lot of them actually. Trying to think of some more here. Who played the older brother in the movie The Lost Boys?
Ooh.
I'm not great at movies. I'm better at
Played the older
shows.
Yeah, okay. Alright, so we won't do movies, we do sitcom. Who played
Oh
no. Oh my god, and I know the thing is I'm asking you questions, I'm not even sure if I know the frickin' name. And I remember who played Ethel on I Love Lucy.
Vivian Vance.
Yeah.
You're good. Yes. Yeah. Who played Fred?
William Frawley.
Oh, you're good. You are good.
And in the show Here's Lucy, when Vivian Vance got part of that show, she told Lucy that she wouldn't be part of the show unless her character was named Viv, because she hated people walking around calling her Ethel and screaming out Ethel whenever she went anywhere.
Was that the next show, or she
sensitive bitch?
When
I know,
she was in
right?
Here's Lucy, which was when she it was a 60s show.
Yeah, remember that Here's Lucy, and it was like a doll would come out or something? Like that dancing Barbie?
It's that one. And then she ended up being in a show called The Lucy Show. And that's where she was with like Mr. Mooney again, but she was living in California instead of back east.
I remember when they moved to was it Albuquerque or something like that on the I Love Lucy show, or they moved to California, or they moved and it just changed the show. It was not the same anymore. What was
Well,
the
they moved to
song though that Desi Arnaz would always sing, that Ricky would sing?
Oof. What would he sing?
Yeah, I remember he was Cuban and he would sing some song. I don't even know what the word means, but he would sing it. Babalu. Didn't he sing that?
Oh, well, he sang Babalu back when he started working at the
Copacabana. What's that? Copacabana. What was it called? The Copa. Who played the father on My Three Sons?
Ooh. Father on My Three Sons was Fred McMurray.
Yeah, Fred McMurray. What was the youngest son's name? Name all three sons, actually.
Well, there was Chip, Robbie, Ricky, and
no. Was there a Ricky? There was no Ricky.
There were actually three. There were actually four
was
sons.
There 4? Yeah, there was 4, wasn't there? Why did they call it My Three Sons? Wasn't there Robbie? Ernie?
Yeah, there were 3 of them. There was Robbie, Ricky, and Chip, and then the one
Ernie.
son went away, and then somehow Ernie came into the show. And
well, remember they had like an older brother on Happy Days, and then he just disappeared.
Yeah, Chuck.
Yeah, the basketball playing dude. Imagine being him.
Yeah. And then remember when Richie went away?
When he got married.
Yeah, and then it was just like, then they brought the what guy that killed all the shows?
And the early My Three Sons, it was William Frawley that played their Uncle Bub.
Yeah, the old guy.
And that
was Fred.
Yeah, and then when Ernie was around, that was Uncle Charlie, that red-haired guy.
Uncle Charlie. Yeah, you're right. I used to like that show. I can't think of the theme song, can you? It was whistling.
Do you remember the little girl from My
Three Sons? No. Was it a niece
Dodie?
or a cousin? No, that was Dodie. Wasn't she from Family Affair?
Dodie was she was a little niece or a cousin or something. Dodie? Yes, she looked like like one of my brothers. We used to tease him, my brother Greg, saying, "You look like Dodie."
I don't remember her.
With the bangs.
No, I don't remember her. One of my favorite shows was the Carol Burnett Show. Remember that one?
Oh yes, of course. Yeah.
Oh my God, Carol Burnett Show was so funny. I mean, I just couldn't. She is just hysterical. That Tim Conway, he's so hysterical.
Yes. Yeah.
I miss those days. Do you remember when there was the Johnny Carson show?
Tracy.
And then there
Tracy.
Yeah.
Do you have Pluto TV?
Do I have what TV?
It's an app.
Pluto TV, it's an app?
No.
Oh, you gotta get it. It's a free app. And
they got a Carol Burnett show 7 days a week.
Well, they've got different TV shows 7 days. I mean, they got a Carol Burnett show, and it's like a channel rather, Carol Burnett channel, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They've got other TV shows, old TV shows and stuff.
I
And
love
they
Laverne and
it's
Shirley.
just constant play of them. My husband
I loved
loves
on
all
that
those
shit,
shows.
you know?
Yeah.
I really did. Even Family, I thought was a really great show. Remember
Family
in the
with
beginning, the very first episode, I think it was like
with,
the
with
daughter,
Buddy.
Meredith Baxter Burney. Yeah,
Oh,
Meredith
I
Baxter
love
Burney.
that show.
Yeah,
Yep, I love
Family.
that show.
And she caught her
And then
husband cheating on her or something.
yep. And then we found out that Christy McNichol, she went away from acting altogether, and come to find out that she had depression, or she had
Oh, she
some
said
mental
Jodie Foster
problems.
was the neighbor in My Three Sons. Was she?
I don't know, but I know
Jodie.
Jodie Foster was a lesbian.
I like
I
Jodie
mean,
Foster. I
I'm
would
just
probably date
saying.
Jodie Foster.
Because we
I
just
would
because
date
we
Jodie.
grew up with that, just because we grew up with all these shows and stuff.
That was Danny Partridge's girlfriend.
That was Danny Partridge's girlfriend. No, and
Oh,
they told us back then, oh well, she's gay and she's leaving, and Christy McNichol, oh she's gay and she's leaving. I mean, that's what they told us back then.
well, she's gay and she's leaving. I remember watching. Ever notice
like
how
that.
Maude always looked the same? Like even when she was on Golden Girls,
Who?
Maude, B. Arthur, she always
Maud.
looked the same,
Maud.
even in Golden Girls.
Maud.
Different hairstyle, but
Oh, old
B.
Maud.
Arthur.
Yeah, she was older.
I know, but she looked the same even back in the 70s. I remember watching an episode of Maude where she had an abortion.
yeah,
Back then in the 70s,
And
that was like, you know,
show.
that was.
okay.
It was a show.
And remember the
Yeah.
episode of All in the Family when Edith was like gonna get raped?
Yeah.
I remember that one. I remember watching that one.
Yeah,
That
you
was
remember
a
that?
horrible fucking show. Yes, it was. Yep.
Yeah.
That was
He didn't rape her
horrible
though,
to
did
watch.
he? No, he left for some reason, right? Someone came
I
in.
don't know, but it was. I remember that was horrible to watch.
It was. It was like all those things though, they were like the first.
Yes, it was. I mean, I was only a kid watching that, and it was like, I don't want to watch this. I don't want to. I mean, that happened right on my TV, and me watching it. I don't want to fucking watch that shit.
And now it's like so like commonplace to put shit on the TV and everything, you know? The kids, it's like doesn't even shock them. I remember watching Little House on the Prairie episode when there was a guy who dressed like a clown in the town, and he raped and murdered one of the, you know, like town's girls. She was taking like a shortcut through the woods, which was such like a different, you know, thing that. Remember Mr. Edwards on Little House on the Prairie?
Yes, I do. I watched every single Little House on the Prairie episode, and
I love
over
Little House.
again as an adult. Yeah.
Did you read books too?
No, I didn't read the books, but I watched them all as a child, and then I watched them all as an adult.
I
On
love
cable.
that.
I watched all of them.
Remember,
then I watched all of Touched by an Angel, because I love those too.
you liked her. So you were a fan of Michael Landon then, right?
Oh yeah, yep.
Me too. I loved Michael Landon. He was like my ideal thought of what a dad would be, you know?
Oh, his hairdo wasn't great. Wasn't it great?
I loved his hair. He had nice hair. Yeah.
Of course, he had great hair.
Well, he was Little Joe, remember? On Ponderosa or Banana. What was it?
Bonanza, yeah.
Bonanza.
Ponderosa. Yeah.
Those shows are like all the same, like Big Valley, Ponderosa, the other one. What was the one you
When I
said?
hear Ponderosa, when I hear Ponderosa, I think of the old restaurant.
I loved Ponderosa.
They had
Didn't
tasty
you?
steak. I mean,
Yeah, they
they
did. The steak
it
was
was
good.
yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah,
And the
yeah,
whole buffet. Oh, I
yeah.
loved it. All you could eat mashed potatoes.
Salad bar days. Hell yeah.
Can you believe that now? Like, there's really no buffets anymore, right? Because of this COVID thing.
Oh yeah, that's all a thing of the past now.
Can you believe
Sad.
that these kids are gonna
No,
grow up and they're gonna be used to there being no buffets, all you can
no.
eat. They're gonna be
You know
used
what?
to all
You're
that
gonna
shit.
grow up. You're gonna grow up being used to looking at other kids with masks on. That's the worst thing I can think of. I mean, I think of that shit. And it's like,
I think of it too. I think to myself, we can't like smile at each other and stuff, when we're out.
you can't see anybody smile. You can't see
Yeah.
their expressions.
And I don't think that, I don't know if these people who are putting all these things in place for as long as they are, if they even
It's the
realize.
Democrats that are doing it, Stacey. It's the Democrats that are doing it.
Yeah, but it was a Republican president when it happened. But we know not to argue about that. But I feel like whoever, whatever the case may be, that they don't take into consideration that we like to smile at each other when we're out.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's how like that you're around. It just makes your day better sometimes. Like people being friendly and shit, and it's just so that social distancing is making people, uh, with no
Distant.
social. Yeah, distant. Exactly. Yeah, making them distant, and it's so crazy because that fair that we had around here, the one I was asking you if you've ever been to, they didn't have it last year, and they probably won't have it this year, and they don't have any concerts anymore. These kids are gonna grow up being used to it, and they
How can
won't
they
ever
even go
know.
out and find how can they even go out and find a mate, a boyfriend, a girlfriend, or anything like
Yeah,
that?
that's a good point.
You know?
That's a good point. That is a good point. Really, because
That is
when I
gonna mess up
about it,
so many. I'm sorry.
when
That's gonna mess
that
up
somebody was asking me, don't I
generations.
date? That's part of the reason why I don't. I mean, where am I going to go to meet anybody with all of us with masks on?
Yeah, it's crazy.
That's true, though. I feel like they're starting to get us used to where, things that we used to have, like, that were fun and figure as, little luxuries, going out to eat dinner, going to the movies or whatever.
Who do you think is pushing this?
Well, I think then it was,
Think the
like when.
Republicans?
No, but what I'm saying is during the time that it happened, it was a Republican-run country. So,
What happened?
the mask, is that what you're talking about? Pushing what? I think that pushing, the people who are pushing it there's some people who want to wear the mask, and then there's other people who are like, I'm done with the mask. Whether they're Democrat or Republican, I think it's all of us as individuals. Some people are fed up with it.
I'm talking about who's making the rules
At that time, it was a Republican president.
wear the mask. Who are the majority that is pushing
governor.
to wear the mask?
Each state, because some in Florida they're not even having to wear
Each state, but which states are they? Democrat or Republican states?
Well, I don't know what governors are for every state, so I wouldn't. I feel like it has something. I feel like it has something to do with money all around. Because the bars couldn't open back up until they put in a triple basin or whatever, double basin grease trap sink and sold food. and then they could open. I mean, what's the freaking difference of them opening as a bar that they were again, or
Well,
having to purchase
I'll
the
tell,
sink?
I'll tell you, in my state in Michigan,
Yeah.
this tyrant of our governor, Governor Gretchen Whitmer, has had us locked down since the whole start of this.
And then they caught that she was running.
And then they catch her that she's running around and doing what she told us not to do. She's down in Florida. Or not even down in Florida. Well, she went down in Florida when she told us not to leave the state and do this. She's done a lot of shit where she told us that we're not allowed to do. She told us we're not allowed to have gatherings or over 6 people. Yet she's just recently caught with like over 12 people. I didn't think about it. Just
that's the thing. It's money. The people with money, they can get away with anything. Like the other day, I was talking to. The other day, I was talking to somebody about that GoFundMe thing that ex-veteran started for the wall, and it raised like 25 million. And then I forget the name of the guy that she said, "Well, look, because this guy did this, and then this guy did this." And what kills me is like, where's the rest of the money gone? I mean, they said, this one guy used $1 million of it, and then this guy used $800,000 of it, but it collected 25 million. So where's the rest of it? And it just seems like the media can control what we know and don't know. If they don't run this story, then we don't even know about it or see it. But if they push another story, then that's the one that's the topic on everybody's mouth, and everybody's mind. Like George Floyd,
Right.
Exactly. But yet there was, Tony Timpa before George Floyd, but he didn't get that media coverage that George Floyd did. So that's where the problem lies, is the media and the internet, because they're controlling what we get to see, what they think of as important. I got a strike, I don't know if it was a strike or a warning, but it was saying that we couldn't disagree. Now, mind you, this was somebody who reported me and they must have had to timestamp my live stream because it was a long one, saying we couldn't disagree with anything the World Health Organization said, or anything about social distancing or anything like that. Now, mind you, I don't even remember where that was said.
You don't even talk about that shit. What the hell is that?
Yeah, it had to be somebody who time-stamped something that was probably, so, who I think it was, and I'm just going to say it. Not that I think it was. I know it was her because she told me she did it. It was Rachel Reed. She told me she reported my channel.
You know something?
Yeah.
All right, you said that name, Rachel Reed. That name, Rachel Reed, pops up on something. She said something about me. I remember seeing her name somewhere, and I don't remember what the fuck she said, but I'm pretty sure I have it screenshotted. But I remember she said something about me, and I'm like, who the fuck is Rachel Reed?
She was one of the mods that was in Bob's channel that night. And I didn't want your comments to be seen because you were, at that point, not all your comments, but I just wanted to, I didn't want them to think you were that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't want them to think you were that angry of a person because I know you're not. So if you said something that was a little, like you had said, that cancer thing and stuff, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Are you there, Ministry?
No, I don't remember a lot of it. I mean, I don't remember every single thing of it.
Well, I'm just telling you the comment that I removed said, it was about cancer, right? It wasn't directed towards me, but it was just something I know that wasn't something you would say. So I removed the comment, and Rachel me said, Miss Bobbles, in big capital letters, Miss Bobbles, Survivor Girl removed a comment. She's breaking the rules. And I was like, what the fuck? Who does that? Like, you know? Yeah.
Really?
And then when she came on my live stream with Bobbles one night, I said, oh, somebody had started to say something about COVID, like in the chat room. I said, oh, nobody talk about COVID because I got reported for something to do with COVID. And Rachel Reed goes, oh, yep, you can't talk about that. I said, Rachel, I go, did you report me? She said, well, my finger was on the button by accident.
A fucking bitch.
I said, your finger does it. That's 4 keystrokes, basically. They ask you for what you're reporting someone, and is it, harassment on you or someone else, and then you hit send. So there's 4 times you got to push that fucking screen. So her finger wasn't on it by accident. And that was it. That was it.
And what does she have to do with anything? I mean,
I don't know, but I think it's weird how she just disappeared. Hi, Nacho. Nacho Concern said, fuck RR, she's a weirdo. Yeah. Seems to have disappeared. That's smart. She seems to have, but I find it hard to believe that she would just disappear. But after she said she reported my channel, and I know she reported it with a long letter, too.
Hold on. Who said something about report? I mean, who said something about somebody? I know Ola means hello, but somebody was saying something about somebody named Ola something, and it was saying, I don't know.
I don't know anybody named Ola.
No,
oh, she said Ola. No, she's saying hello.
Yeah, I know. Ola means hello. I know, but somebody else
there
was
used to be an account called Ola Banana or something. I know what you're talking about.
Named Ola something.
She would be on Byron's channel a lot. Ola. Ola. You ever see that movie, Miscongeniality? And she's the one with Sandra Bullock, and she's trying to change the subject at the table because the girls are arguing. So she goes, you know what I always wondered? In Hawaii, she asked Miss Hawaii, if aloha means hello and goodbye, if you answer the phone to somebody and you go, aloha, and then they just keep talking and you want to get rid of them, how do you say goodbye to them? You just say aloha, and then do they just start over again?
Aloha is Hawaiian.
Yeah.
Ola is I don't know. I'm sorry.
She says hello. She's
my answer said, I got it. Shut up.
I got it.
Yeah, she was like, aloha. It's so cute. What's so cute? Hello? Hola? Did you watch the other night, the live stream ministry?
I didn't watch it live. I watched a couple of hours. The first. Yeah, I watched about 2 hours. I didn't know anything. What the hell was going on? I'm so lost.
You didn't see me and Tiffany crying? Me and Tiffany crying. Because it was so sweet. You did see that?
I saw Tiffany's live, and I was like, oh, the fuck.
I didn't know she was having a live. I wish I knew that she was having a live, but now I think
she's in the background giving input.
What'd you say? Go give an
You're
input.
my
Yeah. Hi, Kai. My friend TGIF, did you see his comment, Tiffany? He goes, I got to about halfway into it. He said, where you and Tiffany were crying, he said, and I had tears in my eyes. My heart was breaking. I said, oh my God. People must be like, did you hear Survivor Girl and Tiffany? They were
Can I
crying
say
so many
something?
times to each other. Yeah.
I don't mean to like bring this up tonight, but can I say something?
Yeah.
Tiffany, do you remember the night when when that video came out? Where the fuck did that come from anyway? When that video came out, remember Survivor Girl, it was supposedly you, and
Oh,
then
that
when
recording.
took it and slowed it down, and then I thought for sure that it was you, and then when I fucking attacked you with whatever the fuck, I was wrong. I will say that to everybody. But when I went back to Tiffany's thing, and right there was Jersey with Jules saying, and I said, oh, what the fuck? What the fuck is going on? And she's like, oh, she was right there. That's the first time I ever saw her. And she was like, oh, she did the same thing to us. If you want, I'll tell you about it. And I was like, who is she? And I was like, I even asked her, I said, who are you? And she goes, oh, she did the same thing to us. And I was like, well, please tell me about it. Oh,
That's
I will. And I never
interesting.
heard anything again after. I never heard anything about it from her again.
That is so
And that was
interesting,
just,
Ministry, because the other day I saw something where she was saying that I did
no,
the
not
same thing.
I'm not saying it was you. I'm just saying that Jersey with Jules popped into your when you did that, she popped into your comments, and I was right there, and that's when I was pissed off because I didn't know what the fuck was going on, and I was
I wonder
crazy.
now if it was Jules herself
Yes,
doing it.
and I'm wondering if it was her that made that first video too.
Yeah, and if she said, oh, she did the same thing to us, I never even ever did that. So for her to be saying that I did do something to them, that makes me wonder if they made something like that before to try to release it out and say I did that to them because
But all this shit, on your thing and Tiffany's thing, and I'm like, what the hell is this? And the first thing that popped in my head was, oh my god, did she do that video? That first fucking video?
I
That was the
bet you
first
she
thing that popped in my head after she did the Munchausen, and it's the same thing that video said.
I bet you she did because
That's
the
that's
way
the
like
same
their
thing that
emails
that's the
the
same
way that their
exact thing that
emails are to
that
me is
first.
like talking in third party and the way that video was Survivor Girl does not have cancer. She is lying. She is,
Exactly.
so, right. So why would I even talk about myself in the third person?
The same exact thing that was said that she said. Well, you have Munchausen's, you don't have cancer. That's the same exact thing that first video said.
Yeah, I bet it was her because I I sent to Tiffany a screenshot of before I knew about Jersey with Jules, okay? But I found this after. She's Jules in the country, but she's with Jules in the country with her dog. And she was, in Chosen One, and Vern was in there under a different screen name. And she's going, oh, that's Vern. He's a good guy. And this is before. So I wonder, like, if she'd already come across him some way, maybe through Chosen One, maybe whatever. And already been talking to him because I can't for the life of me wrap my head around that she thought Vern had more credibility than me when he was saying I was faking cancer and he had records to prove it. He didn't have any records to prove it, and I wish somebody would ask Jules to bring
That's
out.
exactly what, if you remember, that is exactly what that recording said. She has Mount Johnson's. She's faking cancer. Do you remember that?
Yeah, and me and Prudently one night ministry, we Prudently goes, "Oh my God, what is he doing?" And she had clicked onto Vern's. It was late, and Vern had one of those voice changers, and he was doing that, and he sounded exactly like those videos. And I mean, so I just find it hard to believe that she went over there and she had, not that it's a long time, but she'd known me for a month and she'd seen me like in Chosen One. But for her to go to Vern's and in an hour be like convinced that Vern was this, ministry of truth, right? To believe Vern, you know? Look at when he thought you were me. And he was saying, "You're going to go to the doctors on Monday and get some very bad news." Remember that video I posted?
You asking
Ministry?
me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember
What
that?
video?
And he thought you were me the first time that you went in there.
He never thought I was. He never thought I was you. I
No,
told
no,
you
no.
that. I went in there.
No,
I don't
no.
know where you
He
got that.
did.
Thought I
Listen,
was
in the
you.
video that I posted, when he's talking to you, right? I mean, I can't imagine that he would be saying that to someone he's never met before, but he was saying, "Oh, okay, ministry. I know who you are, and when you go to the doctors on Monday, you're going to get some really bad news."
Oh, I didn't see that. I don't.
You didn't see that video?
No, I didn't see him say that. No.
Yeah, it's in a video. I
I'm not
recorded
saying
it.
he didn't. No, I don't remember. I just don't remember that. I'm not saying he didn't.
Yeah, and I was like, no, it wasn't a clone of her because she said she had just stopped there and said hi. That's all she said to him was hi that night. Remember?
Are you sure that was me? I
Yeah, because
remember
you
you
told me
asking me,
that.
and yeah, I remember that you were asking me, and I mean, you're right on my video. One of my videos asking me about that, and we talked about that,
Yeah, and
and I said,
exactly.
and I don't remember. I don't even
All
remember
you said was
now.
hi. That's all you said to him was hi. And then
All right,
he didn't respond, and so you left. And then he started saying that that video that I made shows what happened after you left the room, where he's saying, "Oh,
all
Ministry of
right,
Truth." Yeah. Hmm.
all right. When he
And
said that I was a man,
yes,
that was
that
me.
one.
He said I was a man. Yes, I
Yeah.
know. I have a clone out there, and I know a clone was in there. So I don't know what happened after that.
No, no, I'm saying you didn't come back in, but he didn't respond when you were there. And then when he spotted you, he started saying that he thought he goes, "I know who you are, and when you go to the doctors on
Me?
Monday, you're gonna get some really bad news." There was one night when there was a clone who went off on me of ministry. It was crazy because I knew it wasn't her. Oh yeah, that was fucking crazy that night, ministry. You weren't. I don't think it was you either. And
No.
yeah, see, Nacho says, yeah, when you left, he went off. That's what happened. Not the one where me and Nacho were looking at, and it was a clone of you saying, "I hate Nacho because I hate to." I don't know. You were saying some shit, but it wasn't you, right?
Not me.
Right. But the other time was the one when you said, yeah, that you had stopped in and said hi because you didn't know who he was or whatever. And then after you left, yeah, see,
Yes, that
Tiffany said,
first time I told
yeah, the
you. I
first time.
told you that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. And he thought that you were me, saying that you'd get bad news at the doctor. And, you know, he's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
But I was just surprised that somebody who was my friend for a month, Jules, which isn't a long time, I know, but she did reach out to me, and she donated my GoFundMe, act like she cared about me.
All right. Can
And
I ask? I've
yeah,
tried to piece it together between
yeah.
yours and Tiffany's, and I still don't know what the hell is going on with how Jews fits in this. Can you just say what
Hello?
happened?
You
Yeah, can
cut
you
out
just
for a
say what
second.
happened?
Yeah, but you cut out for a second, so all I got up to was you and
Oh,
Tiffany. And then that was it.
I pieced. I mean, I all I saw was what on pieces of your live and pieces of Tiffany's live, and I still don't know what happened with Jules. Can you kind of like fill me in on what
So you didn't see
happened?
the video that Tiffany had made, not the live stream on Natural Concern, but she had put up another video. She sent me an email, and she said, because me and Tiffany, like, we got pretty close. Like, I mean, like, I really I really have a lot of feelings. Like, I love her. Like, she's a good person. I'm glad. Like, in my mind, I think to myself, even for all the crap that went on, at least I came out with some good friends, and Tiffany being one of them. I mean, and so she sends me, she sent me an email. She said, I cannot continue to hide this. And she sent me this video, and she had made a video explaining um, everything. And so that she drug Tracy's names through the mud for, I'll make them all public again. Oh, see, she just put the link in for you. There's a video that, I mean, at
But
first I didn't know that it was up on YouTube. I thought she was sending it to me private, so I wasn't even going to say.
it's not a clickable link.
Yeah, if you want to go watch it and come back, you can.
No, I'm just saying it's not a clickable link.
It's not. Oh, it is if you go out and go through. If you go through YouTube, like if you went out
Oh.
and looked at it through your YouTube instead of through StreamYard, it would be clickable for you.
Well,
And
I did see Jules' half-assed apology,
isn't
and
it
when I
awful?
saw that, I was like, "Oh, she's so fucking guilty. I don't even need to know the details or anything." With that
Uh,
half-assed guilty, I'm sorry plea. I mean, what the fuck?
and it wasn't even about like saying sorry because she felt bad about it. It was because she didn't want to face
Exactly.
the wrath of Tiffany.
Exactly.
Yeah, she didn't want to face the wrath of Tiffany. Because she
Yeah.
said, she goes, what do I have to do, Tiffany,
her.
make you not, whatever. But the thing was, she doesn't even address the fact that not only did she come up to people in Ollie's live stream, which I didn't even see that because I'd never been to Ollie's live stream. And
I haven't even been to Holly's anything. I don't
I have
even know
never
what's
been to
going
Ollie's
on.
live stream.
That's
And
why I
they're,
think I'm so lost.
well, they're like, so Ollie had saved that live stream where Jules came in, and she was wrenched. So it was Jules saying that I had munchausen and stuff. And there's another thing, though. When I was none the wiser.
Exactly at that point, though, isn't it the same thing that video said? I have Munchausen's.
Yeah, it's the girl, it was the car. I don't feel
Don't you think that like coincides with the video that I have Munchausen's?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. But that was the beginning. In ministry, I was none the wiser. That day, I'm making a shout out video to Jules and Joe and how great their channel is. I had no clue, and then I had no clue about what happened in Ollie's live stream because I didn't go there. And then I go to Jules' live stream, and this is what she fails to mention in her apology where she's saying, I don't remember it quite that way, but she fails to mention that not only did it occur in somebody else's live stream, it occurred in her live stream where she's highlighted in yellow. So it was her saying to me, I gave you $250 and I'm demanding my money back. I want everybody to get their money back that has given to your GoFundMe page. You're running a racket. In the live stream, her live stream. So when she gives that apology, she makes it like that was the only place she said it. She neglects to mention that on her own personal channel, she said it to me in front of everybody. I was like stunned. I was in shock. And the title of the live stream was Munchausen's. But I didn't know anything about that she had been going around to different live streams telling people I had Munchausen syndrome. I knew nothing about that. Yeah, she said, yeah, I probably paid one of your car payments, and the title of the live stream was Munchausen. Yep, see, even Tiffany said the same thing. I hadn't even seen that she wrote that. Yep. So that's why it's proof it was her who started the Munchausen. She was planning an attack on me, and I had no clue. I thought she was really my friend. I really did. Yeah. And then she turned so many people. She was able to turn so many people against me that had known me for at least a year before they met her. And that was what surprised me too. Like, how did this new person, how were they able to turn people against me so easily? Like, do people really hate me that much that any excuse they could get to hate me? You know?
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
I was just shocked.
I don't even want to start. Don't get me started.
But make sure that you look at that video, because the one that that Tiffany just posted.
I looked at Tiffany's. I looked at
No. But this video.
Her apology video.
Yeah, but this video that Tiffany just posted is everything that went on behind the scenes.
I'll look at it. I didn't see that yet.
Yeah, it's everything that went on behind the scenes.
I know she plays the part well. I know.
Well, this is all the text messages. Like, Tiffany was just like,
I'm not going to say what I thought all along, because I can't fucking predict people, and
sometimes now you can't. Yeah, she wound up convinced I was a Russian spy. Oh, no, Vern did. Oh, okay. I cannot figure out why she did that to you.
I just know real people from fake people. I mean, I'm not going to say I'm a magician.
What was a clone of her? Oh, a clone of Ministry. Yeah, okay, yeah, I got it. There was one night when there was a clone. Okay, yeah, so I'm far behind in the chat. Juice was playing about everything, saying, oh, thanks. Okay. All these messages.
I think there was
one I had never even heard of clones, like on YouTube until that night.
I have never even heard of clones. I've never even been versed on Facebook. I mean, not Facebook, YouTube, anything. And I'm just learning everything, a big crash course.
Yeah, and I had no clue. And that was the first night that any clones that I knew of were appearing, and I had no clue. Jules, I'm not the clone.
I think I told you and Tiffany when I got my first clone. I was freaked out. I was like, "Oh my god, I got a clone. What do I do?"
You can't even. Sometimes you can't even see it.
You can't. I was like, "What do you guys? What do you know how to do? What do I do?" I had no clue. You just do nothing. Miss Passion told me, I even told her, I said, I got a clone. What do I do? She said, there's nothing you could do. Just be yourself, and people know it's you and not them.
Yeah, but here's
Okay.
the thing, Ministry. People would block the real me, okay? And they would keep the Survivor girl that was saying, I'm fingering myself right now. Like as if I would ever say that. Like as if I would come into Miss Passion's room. But see, I couldn't see the clone of me. So if there was a clone in the room and I go in as myself, I couldn't see it. So I'd be talking them, away in the chat room. And then they'd pin a comment from Survivor Girl. And I read it, and it's pinned, mind you, pinned on the panel saying, I'm fingering myself right now. I want to be in the middle of a circle jerk. And I'm like, how the hell? And I can understand why. I think it was Jeff who said these people, they really didn't even know me at that point. So, Maddie and Gerald, like it was going there. And I never go to Maddie and Gerald. Yeah. And, and I never go to Maddie and Gerald's, but that's what I heard. I think it was maybe from Lulu or something that said that there was a clone in Maddie and Gerald's and was saying some really disgusting things. And Miss Passion said, yeah, was that you, Survivor Girl? And, these people, they didn't know me that well. But Lulu, who I didn't know really at all, I'd see her in live streams where there was a clone, and she'd say, that is not the real Survivor Girl. That is not the real Survivor Girl.
Lulu. Lulu's nice. I know Lulu.
Nice. Yeah.
I mean, I just know her from Nitty's thing and somebody else's stream or something.
She's a mod here. Yeah, she's a mod. Yeah. Nitty's been kicking it on his live streams lately. Hi. Getting like 140 people and shit in there. Yeah. His live streams blew up real fast. I'm surprised.
I don't even want to say anything about him because I don't want to say anything bad about people.
No, I'm not saying anything bad about him. I'm saying that's good.
No, I'm saying me. I don't want to say anything bad about people.
Yeah, he hit it pretty well. And Bobbles too. Ladies, I need to go back to bed. I was asleep. Woke up and I'm drowsy again. Oh, so we made you sleepy, Tiffany? I'm just kidding. I appreciate you, Tiffany, though. I really do. And keep that video up so that that Ministry can see it. And next time you have a live stream, text me so I know. Because prudently. Huh?
I gotta lay down. I have a headache.
I hear ya. All right. Well, we can count down and we can end the line. Will you count down with me, Ministry? It was a pleasure having you on. You know, I always liked your Ministry, no matter what went on with us. I never disliked you.
I know. I never disliked you at all. At all. Just crazy shit and fucking crazy shit gets,
And then when, sometimes when the multitude is going one way, hard.
I love you, girl.
Thank you. I love you too, Ministry. You've been a nice, very nice person to me since I met you. So,
thanks.
And I'm easy to forget whatever, rough stuff we had. I'm good with that. I'm there for you. All right, count down with me. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I appreciate your husband playing trivia with me. That was nice of him. He seems like a good guy. Yeah, because I've dated people that wouldn't even let their girlfriends or boyfriends be on the internet and take part in it and show any interest. So that's a nice thing. That's a good thing.
He's a great guy.
That's good. Yeah, that's nice to show interest. Yeah, absolutely. All right, Mystery, count with me. We're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
1. Good night.
Peace, love, and
Good night,
tacos,
everybody.
everyone. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you, Ministry. I appreciate you telling
Thank
your
you.
story. Thank you.
Okay. Good night, sweetie.